All right, now everybody can hear me, and everybody can hear you guys. Hello. Yes, hello there. Welcome back to Scarred Lands. It has been a rough couple of weeks, but we're here to play games and forget about those rough couple of weeks. Hi, Game Tech Chris. I don't know which one you are because I know lots of friends named, but he knows my name, so hello.
I mean, your name is on.
There is, but they called me Bev. There's a few Chris's out in this world who would know me. Could be Chris Arnold. He could be Chris Actinson. Be Chris Claps. Could be Chris Hemsworth. That would be cool.
Could be Chris Perkins for all
That's
you
weird
know.
that you guys are always palling around like that.
I saw him on
Does it ever
Friday. Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Yep, figured that. I was like, on Friday. Wait, I was there.
Yes. Well, hello, Chris. No, kind of. Look, Well, Corinne and I were at that office. He was more important in my life than Chris Hemsworth.
Aw.
So.
That's sweet.
So yeah, welcome. We're here. We're playing Scarred Lands. This is a very theater of the mind episode because we're going to be in a city, and I'm not doing town maps. Sorry, guys. There is no city map provided for this. There's just a old portion of the city map that isn't even a combat map. It's just there for flavor. So F it. You all get to use your imagination. But yeah. Anybody here want to let us all know what you've been doing this week? Even though you've told us off screen, but people are here for a sense of normalcy.
Us. Normalcy.
I mean,
Okay.
Adam's been working, so he's done the most
I've
normal.
been working.
You can call it normal. What?
I mean, what's up, weirdos?
Yeah, what's up, weirdos?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't. I left my house. That was.
It's our
Exactly. Adam's been helping a lot, been making this.
Nick, on the other hand, has been helping a lot in making bad decisions.
Yes.
To be fair,
entertaining this.
I did the chant for Orb that clearly was picked up on audio because I was listening. So, you just couldn't hear me. But I agreed with Orb. Yeah, and when Corinne doesn't do that, was doing Fallout 4, but it's a pain in the ass for Streamlabs, so I might switch to Fallout New Vegas, which is...
Please
and I can be a
install
cowboy.
some stability mod.
For New Vegas, I got enough mods in New Vegas. It's fine. It's fine.
Stability mode.
It's
Prevent
okay.
the game from crashing.
It doesn't crash on my computer.
Come again?
What?
Do you have some quantum supercomputer?
I've got an
Because-
8-core processor and 16 gigabytes of RAM.
But it's a game.
No, it's
Doesn't
not.
matter
It's an
what kind of
Obsidian
RAM you got.
game.
I was just about to say, shut your mouth, Victor.
It's an Obsidian game, which means it should actually crash much, much more. But that's fine. Victor, what have you been up to? How's been your drawing?
I've been drawing. I've been cooped up in my house and slowly my mind. But hey, I've been doing really creative stuff.
Yeah, he's been being creative. He's been making lots of art. He's been not knowing how to read his video games. So, like, I'm gonna tell everyone on stream. He complained about the loading times for Doom Eternal.
Yes, I did.
And then he later was like, "Oh, you have to press a button after it's done loading to play the
You
game."
have to press space bar.
It's like,
I
oh
didn't
my
notice.
god. So how long did you sit
Was
there? Like, think
amazing.
you were waiting for like 2 hours or something, or?
Well, I wasn't waiting for two. I had other things to do. Like I just alt tabbed a couple of characters.
Went back
Tab
and
again,
saw.
and I was like, oh, still loading. Alt tab again. No.
It's about as bad as when you go and start like a 10 gigabyte like download or installation, and you don't see that it says, "All right, download ready, download," and you go to bed. Then you wake up in the morning ready to play your new game and go, "Oh,
Exactly.
oof. Rough, womp womp." So to everybody who's watching, we hit 500 followers on Friday. That was pretty neat. We were pretty rough trying to get people to join, to the point where Robin went and logged in on her other account and made 500. And it's like, Robin, we've since had 501. She stole it.
Stole the 500.
She stole the 500 by logging in on her podcast account. But you know
How
what?
dare
That's
she.
fine. We have 500 followers. That's really, really cool. We had fan art for the first time this weekend. That's really, really cool. I'll share the link in our Discord for everybody soon. And it's someone who's like, I need to practice drawing people, so I'm going to draw these made-up people. And so we're all a bunch of high school characters that she had to interpret from adults. So she saw the adults playing and went, all right, I have to draw these guys as high schoolers based on their description. And she did a really good job. She didn't draw my high schooler with a mustache, which I'm very proud. I was very proud. She still gave him the undercut and whatnot, but no mustache. But yeah, today you guys last week adventured through the desert. You fell for the beware of rocks because rocks. So you fought a giant eagle, and then you fought a bunch of giant bugs. And because you killed the rock, which was the rarest encounter that I had to roll a 20, like a 19 or a 20 twice to get, you guys got the map that cut your encounters down by like 90%. Otherwise, I had like 10 other encounters rolled up that you guys would have had to go through. And just the rock one took almost an hour, and then the bugs took almost an hour, so we'd still be in the desert. Instead, you guys are going to be at the Library of Lokiel.
Thank you, guys.
Awesome.
Does everybody remember why you have to go to the Lokiel Library?
Solar Soulstone.
Well, no, you already...
Correct.
No. Close. No, the Solar Soulstone was the ruins of Belsameth.
Yeah.
That's getting dug up. And then you were told about something going on in Lokiel and people in Lokiel that you had to... They're the same kind of cultists that you've already dealt with. So it's very, So, you were met by your friend Kulan after you destroyed the thing, or one of Kulan's messengers, who said that a bunch of Vangolite cultists were summoning spiders in the middle of the desert. And that they were staying in the ruins of Lokiel. So you have to go to Lokiel, find those bastards, find out what's going on. And that should hopefully lead you to the Ring of Spiragos, which has been stolen. They still, yeah. So.
I lost my notes, just throwing that out there.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I did. I rearranged the room, and the notes are, I mean, they're probably...
Are they as good as...
I haven't looked for them, so...
Were they as good as
accurate,
Victor's,
but...
as Victor's notes that was just one picture?
Just a picture.
A picture of a ring? I looked at it the other day, I'm like, Victor's game notes? Oh, he's been keeping notes? I'm so... And then I clicked on it, and like halfway through the sentence, I'm like, oh, it's a picture of the Ring of Spiragos and nothing more.
I mean, that's all we need to know, basically.
Look, I was very proud that Adam was like, hey, maybe we should, like, actually use this bag of holding and make a... Can I get a notes for the bag of holding? And I was like, oh my god.
Yes. Previously, I was...
You were just like holding and keeping track of litter.
They were like, oh, you're a horseman? Here, carry everything, pony boy.
Yeah, classic. Ugh.
I mean, it worked out fine.
So
you're the strong one. Why was I carrying all this shit?
because you're a pony man.
Yeah. Good job, basically.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool. Yeah,
all right.
Let's just stick to the norms the society set.
Yeah.
Also, don't we have Keith or shit like that?
Yeah, Keith is still around. Speaking of Keith, so you guys are out. You're camping. Blah blah blah. Bleh. So you camped in those that area where you killed all them bugs. You probably ate some bugs for this storm to blow over. You wake up in the morning and you look east, south, whatever direction you were traveling. I think it was south, north. It was north.
It was north.
You know what? Never eat soggy waffles. Eventually, you settle on never. So you're going north, and you look to the north of these pillars, and you see the Mount Headerest is like right there, like less than a day's walk away. So you are like there for the ruins of. So you pretty much just have to get yourselves all together, maybe dust off some of your dust, clean your clothes, get ready to go to a city. It's been a while since you guys have been in civilization. You might want to polish Solemn.
Yeah.
Yusa might want to clean some of her wine and vomit stains out of her stuff. Cece, you keep doing what you're doing. He's probably been cleaning himself every hour on the hour.
I'm just
Masric.
imagining, like,
Yeah, Cece, you know, he rides on his baby Bjorn on the front of Ibram and cleans himself while he's riding.
Would look
Oh,
incredibly
so
adorable.
now that I'm not the bag of holding, I still have to carry some.
Well,
I
he
also have prestidigitation.
no, you were baby Bjorning him on the days when he was gone because remember
Oh,
it was
yeah,
too hot
that's
in the
right, I
desert
was doing.
because he couldn't deal with the heat. Hooked him up to that baby Bjorn, and I mercifully did not do every time you got hit. I rolled a D100 to see if CC got hit because that would be stupid and mean.
Supposed to be a bit funny, but
AC is pretty high. So
He does have like
Good.
the highest AC, which is fun. It's because I gave him items.
what?
Yeah, he's got the third highest AC after you and I. He's got like 17 or 18.
17
AC.
is my AC as
Yeah.
a druid.
Rookie numbers.
As a
I will
druid,
just
go
stand
fuck
there and
yourself.
get hit.
yeah, and he's wearing twigs and leaves for this armor. You guys are like in this full metal shit, and he's over there with like his leather armor and his like cool piece of bark he found and strapped to his arm.
You know, I don't have a lot. Get out of the way. And have a
Mhm.
shield, like any good.
Yeah, unless you get taloned.
So why don't you guys roll a history check to see what you know about Lokiel before you show up? I'm gonna railroad us a little forward rather than that. All right, Sim, we're gonna say that you remember all this. Masric, you're gonna sit there as Sim, you know, repeats this back and like nod and be like, "Yes, I agree. I concur."
I
So-
also know like the best.
Oh yeah, you know everything. So actually, you're gonna know this thing that you would have had to discover the hard way because you rolled that. I'm gonna give it. So you know that Lokiel is a naturally defensible city, but it's dependent on trade. There's really no way for them to prepare or grow food in the middle of desert, and this is a city of mostly scholars. So there are three distinct classes of citizens in this city: merchants and laborers who do most of the hard work, physical hard work. It's not. There's scholars and magi who are the academic elite of the city. It's a very much a I don't know the kind of ocracy for smart people. Smartocracy.
Meritocracy?
It's a smartocracy.
Martov.
And and then
Ageocracy.
yes, and then there are the aesthetic monks and wizards of the Order of the Closed Book who fight secret battles miles below the surface because this was built on an obsidian mine which has now been just overrun with Titan spawn. It's very much Dragon Age style, where you go to the dwarf city and they're like, oh yeah, we're constantly fighting a war just every hour of the day. Like over there, like you'll be like,
Or
yeah. So underneath the city, there's this battle going on at all times, and they're not sitting there trying to win it. They're just making sure nothing breaks into the city, and they've been successful. It's not like they have to sit there and worry about Titan attacks hour on the hour.
so they're really, really metal.
They're pretty metal. They're all
So they're
damn.
the ascetic monks.
yeah, ascetic. So the monks and wizards. So they're doing lots of ninja shit and magic.
That's
Um,
awesome.
Perfect.
They're
I didn't
probably
know
However-
much cooler monks.
In Sim, you can go and paraphrase this after I tell it to you, or you know what? Here, why am I doing that when I can just get to you in Discord?
There is a form of governance that
Yeah.
pertains to philosophers.
All right, Sim, you get to paraphrase this as your cute British mouse.
Aw.
Yes, that would be wise.
Just to make sure I'm not like reading a teleprompter. My name is Ron Burgundy, and I'm a terrible.
Eat shit, Lokiel.
No, Ron will read anything that's.
Ron, why would you say that? You're a big poop. Big old poop, Ron.
So in and the low keel guide for book.
So, you decided to visit Lokiel.
Actually, I think.
Thanks for the follow, Fable42. Yeah, so essentially, you have to, but it's like you have to hire a tour guide. You can't just walk in and be like, hey guys, it's me, Ibram Sage. I'm gonna buy this apple, and they'll like cut your hands off.
What?
It's one of those things where it's like very structured.
Oh boy, that's Ibram Structure Sage. That's what they call me.
Ibram
Everything's gonna be
Structure
all right.
Sage.
I think I got this one, guys.
Siusa Manners Salazar and Masaryk. And Masaryk, be very careful around everything Blackwater.
Correct.
Yeah, she's far and wide for her manners.
She says as she's going, I can't get these wine stains out of my robes. I don't remember. Is sand good for cleaning up vomit? How do you clean up vomit?
I will take care of the stains.
So yeah, Sim is Cece's more or less giving you guys like a primer on manners, cleaning out your clothes, like hitting you like gently, like stand up straight, Siusa. Masaryk, you can't. Masaryk, your sword. Clean your sword off when you're done with it.
I don't even have a sword.
Too much.
Your
blood
hammer.
on.
Yeah.
I mean, but it has to be blood.
No, it has to be wet. Don't fuck with me.
He's like, just take this bottle of water and pour it on your sword.
I mean, could I do that?
Standing in first, halfway bent over, like, but she tries to stand.
I
Yeah,
don't
it's-
want to go anymore.
Ibram,
You know, I'm torn because on one hand, this is all a bunch of. On the other hand, you're in.
Ibram like lights up a cigar and Cece walks forward to you and like holds his hand out like a teacher wanting gum. Give me your cigar.
Also, I make key.
Oh no!
Nice.
Keith like takes off his hat and bows
Keith.
down, and the sun like shines in your eye, reflecting off of his bald head. Like, y'all making me hang out here in the desert with my fancy hat. I just want to go in and meet all these fancy folk. And you're like, yes, Keith, you have to sit.
Put him in the bag of holding.
Oh no, but there's only enough air for like 3 hours in there. And you're like, good.
He's not a real person, Bevan.
Oh wow.
Wow. NPCs aren't people. That's
Oh,
player
man.
character, not
They're
non-person.
non-people characters.
Oh no.
Wait,
People.
So-
to take me out of the game, man. You ruined my immersion.
So as you guys are preparing to visit Lokiel, you are encountered by a friendly face. You see a bunch of people, snake people riding dinosaurs right up to you.
Ah, yeah.
And you see Kulan and her scouts meet with you. And I have a box to read, so you are happy to see Kulan, but you immediately note that something is amiss. When she speaks, she glances over her shoulder as if expecting an unseen enemy to appear. I was wrong, she begins, her throat thick with regret. The Sutek did not make trade with Titan cultists. Their allies were priests of Vangel. We followed them here, the city, where they have been welcomed as guests in the library. My friend, my former friend, wearing a disguise and going by the name of Samael. He invited them. He betrayed me. Scouts, our people. He was working with Marcus. This is bad news. If you guys can remember who Marcus is, bonus. Lady
He's the
Raho.
guy who
He was the one, yeah.
Thanks for
Lady Raho must know. I must go to Fang's Fall quickly. It is not safe for them either. What do these Vangal worshippers want with the Ring of Spiragos? We must find the answer, please. My life, our lives, the lives of everyone in Skarn depend upon it.
Hey, yeah, we do that.
Yeah, oh, all right. Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't worry nothing about that.
Anyway, adding some steps.
Tell us about this.
All right. To say, I'm like, yeah, you guys can ask some questions. So, Samael, let me give you her voice again. So, Samael the Scribe, his real name is S-Z apostrophe S-E-E-L.
Say what?
Zeseel. It's
I'll
S.
never trust a guy who doesn't have any vowels in their name. How could you? S-
Excuse me. My last name has 4 consonants before you even get to the vowel.
So you're secretly evil.
Well, I mean, have you seen the mustache?
Yes.
Yeah.
mhm.
It's
Yeah.
all coming together.
So,
How did you spell that?
S-Z apostrophe S-E-E-L. So it's Zazeel. Zazeel. He-
Interesting.
Yes.
That's the guy. That's the guy's real.
Yes, that's his real name. He goes as Samael. So just the
Interesting.
biblical spelling of Samuel. So S-A-M-M-A-E-L. He's an Asath mage who technically, he's a redeemed, but he's working with the Bangalites. So you can't explicitly trust him.
Mages in this city wield political power or
Correct. He
some kind of politics.
He is a scribe in the archives. He now holds much more power than I ever would in this city.
Perhaps if we could find evidence of his betrayal, expose it publicly.
Yes, well,
Or
Yes,
we find him, shoot him with an arrow.
we
then
find
we'd
him.
be no better than assassins. This place is a mageocracy.
Hi, Scion,
We'd be
Geist.
killing.
Thank you for following us, by the way.
We'd be killing a high status member of the aristocracy.
I know.
You're
Really
putting a lot of
need to
words
come
together
back
that I
here.
don't know. So,
He's like, all right, so imagine if the first thing you did in Skyrim is go to
Perfect.
is go and kill what's his
Jarl
name?
Balgruuf.
No, Jarl Balgruuf of Whiterun is good. Jarl, the other one, the evil one, the stupid one who I hate. Who actually, guess what I do? The first thing I do when I am when I go to his city in Skyrim, I straight up go, "Oh, hello, it's Jarl. What's his name?
Ulfric Stormcloak.
Ulfric Stormcloak." Is the first thing I do is I
True
kill
leader
him.
of Skyrim.
No, he dies the first chance he gets. But that's technically the dumb thing, because you're always underleveled when you go and fight Jarl Stormcloak. Ulfric. But I always try and kill him every time I see him, because I'm sorry, it's not a good. There's no both siderism in Skyrim.
What?
Unless you get really into it and you find out that the guy's actually being manipulated by Thalmor. Where they
Oh,
tortured him
guess what
and
I do when I go to
convinced
the
him rise
Thalmor
up
too?
against the-
You're supposed to sneak into the embassy. I don't. I go murder hobo my way into that embassy.
I haven't finished Skyrim.
Yeah, we're not gonna. I'm sorry. You.
I mean,
I-
it's only like what 12.
No,
now?
but he gets very into all of the side quests. So when I was streaming Fallout 4, I had to be very careful not.
Also, I don't.
Exactly. So we're not gonna blame you, even though the game
It's
is
not like-
9 years old. But
It's not like Mass Effect 3.
that is like,
Ever.
yeah, that is like, here's the story, do it. It's here's your sandbox, go play. I've only actually beaten Skyrim once. Not like
Okay,
Fallout
so-
4 where I've beaten it a million.
So the reason that it's a bad idea to go kill the guy is we'd be in a heap of trouble if
Oh, all right.
Correct.
Well, that's a lot simpler than whatever the fuck you just went on.
Then whatever the god who was just talking to us was saying, whatever the voice in my head just said.
Well, we don't back here. Like, what if
Boy.
we just, did back?
We would. I think we should keep that option open.
Why don't we find a more private place?
Just like out in the open, talking to normal people. Just like.
Right, like you guys are like at the city gates and people are walking by and you're like, we could just break in there and kill him.
Not phrase it that.
Well, no, Susa, on the other hand, flat out was like, yes, we should just keep that as an option, murder.
Hey, she never said that. She just said we don't need to come back here. That could be.
Yeah.
That could have to do
Yeah,
with many
you're
things.
really
Could mean
misrepresenting
anything,
this
really.
conversation.
So as you guys are saying that,
You know what?
Kulan
You're
does go,
absolutely right.
she states that, yes, to remain in the city's good graces, you should pay attention to the scholars. They hold the keys to the arcane knowledge that everyone here seeks. You don't want to just go in there and just start blasting.
Well, no, we'll find the ring and exit.
Ah, yes.
I'm just no bad ideas brainstorming.
I mean, I think the idea of exposing. I mean, just exposing them to be worshippers of Vangel should, tell everybody, maybe they're not good people.
Well, Vangel is still like a god, not a titan, so it's like he's the god of war.
Yeah, but he's a dickweed.
Oh, okay.
he is in fact a dick. I think if they are true powers, what exactly?
Well, exactly. As
Summon
We don't know.
summon creatures.
Summon
spiders.
spiders.
They must have some kind of ritual. We can
Right,
use as
throwing out
evidence
maybe
against
like a
them.
Titan's shoe or a glove or a ring, maybe a ring.
A piece of jewelry, yes, perhaps.
well, and
That
Kulan.
bird getting spiders. It's not like
Well,
we-
Kulan actually, she does interrupt you, and she says, yes, you should track down the Vangelites. However, Lokil is a tight-knit community, and its citizens would do anything to ensure that the peace is kept. I'm convinced that they would have already tested the spell or ritual. And if they test it again, if they cast it again, it won't be a test. It will be a success. They've already created a Philosopher's Stone out of the Goblins. The next time they do it will be on all of the Amestris. And I'm sorry, if that's a spoiler, that's an 11-year-old anime.
Would the city be in danger?
Perhaps. I have heard rumors that miners have been disappearing, so your enemies might be seeking test subjects and experience on.
Would be
Now,
a good place to start
clarify, we
our
mean
investigation.
miners-
Yes, not children. Who would kidnap children?
That's heinous, heinous,
A
heinous.
lot of people.
We want the ESRB to allow this game to continue.
Be a good place to start investigating. Check out the mines.
Plan.
Lastly, lucky for you, doofuses. The Library of Lokil itself is inaccessible to outsiders without strong advocates. I, and many of my contacts in the city of the Desert Paradise, have already petitioned on your behalf. However, these petitions can take up to 1 to 48 weeks to be accepted. So keep on your best behavior if you want to be approved. However, once you have been approved or rejected, they are kept in the archives. So if you are rejected, you don't get a second chance.
Would greasing a couple of palms help in speeding up the process?
as long as you aren't going in and going, whose dick do I have to suck for some education around here? You should be able to get yourself in.
Goodness, you kiss your mother?
We are snake people. We don't really have lips. Kissing isn't something we do.
So,
Have you ever seen two snakes kiss one another? It's more just rubbing faces upon each other.
You know, that's what we call a saying.
Wouldn't it more be nuzzling?
The real fucking snake part.
Eskimo kiss.
Snake scummo kisses.
More be Inuit kisses, but okay.
All right. Well, I think that pretty much
Settles.
settles our mission.
All right.
Very
Well,
much so.
I am going to Fang's Fall. Do you guys need anything from the store? No. However, do you have anything you need to report to Chapter Mistress Raho? My people are already busy excavating the Soul Stone.
And just look through my backpack real quick.
I will say
Ah,
it
thank
is
you.
250 leagues to Fang's Fall. So after you finish your mission here, please don't leave. We don't want to have to find you again.
We will try to.
I mean, as much as scholars and rich people know how to party, expect less raves and more drinking games based around Jenga and cards.
that's fine as long.
Yes. They might have many a trivia nights at the local.
I won't be at it, but
Good.
Right.
Oh, I do have one thing for you to give to her.
Yes.
So I hand over 2 of my climbing titans.
Uh-huh.
Just give her these. She'll know what it.
I know. Like I'm sitting here, I'm like,
Yeah, just give. She'll know. She'll know what it means.
I'm gonna make a note of that though, because
Perfect.
I want to like. It's gonna be a handout that only
Ooh.
I can modify,
Yeah.
but oof. Okay. Ibram sent chapter mistress. Yeah, but I'm so not used to this keyboard for typing. My words per minute for interviews are like 25 words lower than on my work keyboard because these have like the raised and separated keys, whereas my work keyboard, they were all flat and right next to one another. So I keep like typing by mistake on other stuff. She will know what it means.
Sure.
Right.
Absolutely.
Fantastic.
Remember?
I'm gonna make her like know what it means, and they're gonna
It's actually gonna be a message.
you're like actually proposing to her.
she's gonna be like, oh, Ibram, 2 climbing pittons? Oh man. I
stating
understand.
your intentions to.
That's you being like, I'm much taller than you. You're gonna need these.
Ouch.
I don't like where this is going.
Should hurt a bit.
Don't worry. At the end of the night, you'll be hard and put away wet. It's
I also gave her a bit and a bridle, a riding crop, and a whip. She's like, oh dearie.
Damn.
I mean, she's only in like I think her late 30s, early 40s. I mean, go for it, Brum. Were I not married,
Like an
that's in my
attractive,
age
powerful-
range, so whatever.
Attractive power.
Still, you're still half her age plus 7. Really well within the dating range. Um. Anyway, so after remounting her giant lizard, Kulan describes several locations that you might want to visit to track down the Vangelites. The Living Halls. I'm not going to repeat these. Somebody write these down. You forget them. Haha. The Living Halls, the Lost Archives, the Grand Observatory, and the ruins of the Old City. She also adds that you could possibly gain...
Go ahead and read those as fast as possible.
Yes. The Living Halls, the Lost Archives, the Living Halls,
Uh-huh.
the Lost Archives, the Grand Observatory, in the ruins of the Old City. She also adds you could possibly gain favor with this city's prestigious scholars. She's not certain, but she thinks 3 supplicants are still active. One of them is bound to have the Ring of Spiragos, or at least know where it is. With that, she goes, "Ha!" and rides off on her velociraptor toward. Farewell, she says, holding up one lizardy hand.
My own.
A beautiful
She's
lady.
just the best. I don't know what we'd do without her.
Man, that Deus Ex Machina exposition lady. So while you guys decide what you want to do, I'm gonna go get some crackers because I am very hungry. I haven't eaten today, but I've had 3 cups of coffee. Hey, Corinne. Wine? My gosh, you drunk? Hush.
So
So,
we're in a big city, so we should, of course,
get
purchase
us
some
both some
toilet
wine.
paper
Mm.
and lots of it.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I hear.
That's why. Wouldn't want to fall short.
shortage of wine.
Oh no. Toilet
No,
paper.
no. There's. I know.
There's
Don't
always
worry.
wine.
I have my own. I bring my supply. We're fine. Would you like some?
Yes.
We have only the best giant bottle of Sutter Home.
See.
The only food that Solemn consumes.
That's why, Master. Master protects her.
Yes.
And I mean, at one point, Mesric will also.
Ibram, on the other hand, goes, "Ew, alcohol. Who would put that garbage in their body?" as he lights up another cigar.
So Master would eventually start drinking.
I mean, not because of her influence, but keeping this party and especially her alive. But, you know,
Stress.
always the stress.
Oh man, I hadn't considered that.
I mean, this trying to keep alive. It's probably real high.
Rushing.
I mean, fair though. She now has. So
Ooh. I hear that's a pretty high AC, allegedly.
allegedly, and I can.
I was about to say Dodge hits that miss me, and I'm like,
Exactly. That was a bad sentence.
okay.
I can direct. That was the word I meant to use. Direct hits.
Pretty cool.
Not that.
One day,
All right,
but I
fam.
think
Got several leads.
Yes.
Got miners disappearing.
Mhm.
Got these 3 other scholars that.
Supplicants
Got
to
the main-
Vangle.
Yeah, supplicants to Bengal. Ooh,
You have
that's
the
a detail.
yes. You have the old city, which you can investigate.
Exactly. Grand Observatory, Lost Archives, and
And if you guys have any questions about these, as well as the order of the closed books, just let me know. I'll make you roll some history checks and I'll some info.
so we've got places that we can start.
Yeah. You get in there, get a guide, and go get.
Ah, yes.
Yeah,
How big
right.
is the city actually?
It's
Population wise,
so as like we so it's a bigger city, but it's not like massive. Here, I actually can.
not like a metropolis.
It's what a video game would call a big city, and you'd go in there and you're like, there's only like 100 people here.
I mean, I don't know, man. Novigrad's pretty. That game.
Yes.
You know, the
Here we
game
go.
about killing monsters, having way.
I brought up Lokil specifically, so now if you have any questions, I've got everything. The population is 11,600. So again, the population of the small town currently I live in.
That?
It's full.
Yeah, we're getting.
So-
we just got here.
So I called it a
Chocolate bread.
smartocracy. The term is geniocracy.
Geniuses.
That's us.
But yeah,
Yes.
We'll fit right in.
Certainly. I think
So,
Salim
where-
had the right idea of talking to the miners first.
But
I like
where
that.
might one begin to find the guard? See, not a guard, a guide.
I'm sure they're just right in the door.
oh yeah, no, it's almost like in
Here, I got
New
a bag
Vegas.
of money. I got
When
an idea. Hey, I'm looking to hire a guide. Anybody?
Yeah, 5 and walk up. Yes,
All
yes.
I
See?
believe it's like the
Don't need
That was easy.
the old like Oregon, not the original Oregon Trail, but the had to like guide all of them. Sure.
It's like in when you go to the outskirts of New Vegas in Fallout, and there's like 10 bodyguards just sitting there waiting to be hired, like that. Like people, like I'm not even gonna give this guy a voice unless you really want me to. Okay, because otherwise he's just going to talk like this.
Yeah. Combat my old ass video game reference. Slightly new.
Old as both of them tracked.
Yeah,
But as
I'm
we
gonna-
found out earlier with our
Perfect.
Milli Vanilli reference off camera, we have to try to keep it within the past 20 years, not 30 years.
Yes, please and thank you.
Nice, nice of you guys to try at least not be old. Fine.
Mhm.
I'm not old. I only hurt my back the other day picking laundry up. And hurt it for like 4 or 5 days. Yeah, it was stupid. I'll go into it later.
Perfect.
Yes. So a bunch of people go up.
Yeah, and
Right?
you just hire one. You just
Yeah,
choose.
so I toss a
Okay.
coin to one of them and take us to the mines.
And he grabs it and he goes, "Yes, my Witcher." So, do you have any questions for him about the Obsidian Mine on your way?
Would like to ask him how long this is that going on. That just fishing. If you
People
know.
vanishing, or are you curious about the mines having their little fight thingy, or...
Basically all of that.
Alright, so, about 10 years ago, the miners accidentally broke the seal of an ancient door protecting an even older tunnel. As soon as they did so, an infectious madness swept through miners. It's also said that when the seal broke, the heavens cracked. Blood rain fell for 6 days and nights as the wind howled with. Since the grim discovery, the city's rulers have attempted to reseal the lower tunnels. They have been remarkably unsuccessful.
Man, that's some dwarf fort.
Yes. On the 6th day after the seal had been broken, abominations began emerging into the mines. There have been some victories over the years, but every time a portion of the mine has been reclaimed, the enemy returns in far greater numbers.
Monks of the order protect the mine.
Yes, the monks of the order. Oh, I have to go back far away. I'm on the wrong page. Give me a moment.
Order of the closed book.
Yes. Let me read you about the order. It's not a lot, so I'll be able to. The Order of the Closed Books isn't typical of money. It's closely tied to the Church of Hedrada. Its members study their books as much practice their martial arts, leading most of them to be quite well. They typically wear robes or frocks and pants, as is customary to them. Of Lokil, most of them carry symbols of Hedrada. Most members of the... Excuse me, my voice has to change. Most members of the Order are multi-class monks/wizards or monks/clerics. Excuse me, I don't know what came over. Fun.
Typical law
I've
major.
seen one of them kick somebody's head off. That's pretty
Well,
cool.
that's fun.
Does that
That's
happen a
certainly
lot?
fun.
What leads to that kind of interaction?
Not hiring a guide and listening to them.
Oh my god!
Makes
Alright,
sense.
Don't panic. Heads are gonna.
I mean, I've seen people carve runes into skeletons. That's
So before we can get to the obsidian mines, we do have to go through the living halls. The living halls are winding tunnels carved by mine labor centuries ago. By mine labor, excuse me. Dwarven labor centuries ago. This is where not only do we still mine obsidian, but this is also where all of our trade takes place, away from the sun underground. So if you guys have more of that gold you've been flashing to spend, now's the time to do.
Perhaps we should fights. I don't know to.
Like a
Or wait a minute, hold on. Take off my mask and a light just shines outwards because I have that cantrip.
You're gonna
That's
shine light out
correct.
of your face.
very correct.
Also, I think all of us can.
Yeah, I think literally everybody else has low light.
I do not.
I wanna. Yeah, and you got glow face. No worries there.
Hmm.
Have glow.
What do we need in a just? And do they also sell scroll?
Yes, if
Ooh.
you need scrolls, we've got them.
Interesting.
I would love to get some.
Well, baby, you've come to the right place. Like,
Sense.
I'm raised there.
Couple of unseen cartographer would be. I mean, it is a
Flying remote.
winding. Yeah.
What do you CC?
I have.
We
see if
haven't
you
exactly
have
been doing
any
paying work.
gold in
Oh
your
well.
character
Also, we've split gold several times since you joined the party. So if you didn't record that, it's kind of your fault.
I mean, you're a
You've-
swamp.
You've
swamp.
effectively robbed us
person.
of gold.
I know at least at 3. I
Yeah.
don't know how we broke it down.
yeah, I'd say CC, you probably have at least a good 500 gold. Give or take. So I trust you to give or take as much.
Much?
Within reason. CC, he's probably got around 500.
said 5,000.
Yeah, 5 million gold. Okay.
Secret to
Perfect.
why I have most gold. Finally, I write it down every time we get it.
Bearer.
Yes, we sell bowls and bells and wands and fronds and nicks and
Friends,
knacks and ticks and tacks.
Friends.
Friends? You have all the friends you need right here. As he gestures to your party. He
Oh,
goes, no, bronze and friends and fiends and beans and boats and goats and oats and totes.
Yes.
For Ibram.
To make sure that
I
Maybe
would
I
like.
suppose.
I would also like to pick.
Yes, he says mockingly, fine wood here in the middle of the desert. That's not gonna be expensive.
But it will guarantee.
I distinctly remember giving you on economics, man. Gotta buy low. Don't come to the
Yeah, I
desert to buy
forgot
I
wood.
about
must. I must feed my addiction.
You're
It's the only thing that
crazy.
keeps me going, man. These
You're
carvings.
Absurd.
I forgot about our economics lesson.
There's a lot of that going around.
Okay, fine. I want to get some scrolls. An unseen cartographer, so we have a map of these winding tunnels that the guy talks about.
All right, so I have costs for these if you tell me spell level.
Okay, so unseen cartographer.
Okay.
Does this. Ta-da! It's super long. Oh my god.
What have you done?
uh,
But remember, if you want to cast it at a higher level, so if you want the level 2 cast, you do need to buy a level 2 version of it.
man. You know what? Forget it. It's too complicated. But no, I want to get like how about some Shield of Faith? That's also first level.
All right, I need you to go and roll some shopping roll. Just roll a
Sure.
investigate, I guess.
I'm
And
not
see if
very
you
good
find
at
a
it.
good shop. Yeah, you find a good enough shop run by a little halfling sitting on a table.
Excellent.
He's sitting on the table, just writing scrolls.
Huh.
He's got like a big thing of vellum like all curled up ahead of him, and he's just inscribing scrolls. He's got like 8 different inks around him, so he's like sitting crisscross applesauce, crossed on the table, so that he's got all of his inks around him, so he doesn't have to reach it.
Oh, sir.
Hello there, traveler. Welcome
I
to
was-
my shop in the desert.
I was told that this was the place. Spells.
Good thing you specified spells, because I don't just sell like scrolls, only spell scrolls. What spells you need? What kind of spells do you need, traveler?
I need a shield. Shield of Faith.
My scrolls are too strong for you, travel. No. Yeah.
Scroll maker, I am going into battle and I require your strongest scrolls.
My scrolls would kill you, traveler. No, just kidding. Yeah, we got all those low-level, whatever, basic scrolls in the pile over there. And he points behind you, and it's got, like, when you go to a store, and they've got the poster area that has, like, like examples of the posters, and, like, the thing that you can swing through, and then you choose them out of the rack below. It's like that. So you can totally find Shield of Faith. They're low level ones, so they're going to only be like 150 top. Oh, excuse me, 100 gold a pop. 150 is the level 2 and 3.
In that case, I'm gonna take 5. I'm gonna spend 500.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you have 5 scrolls of Shield of Faith, which are more or less tests of Shield of Faith. They're all going to be the level 1 cast, though. So
But that's
again,
okay, because,
if you can cast it at a higher level, you don't get to cast it at a higher level.
okay, because the thing that I want is
Okay. Does it require concentration?
no.
No.
Wait, yes, it does. It does. I don't think that it applies to.
Yeah, it does.
What?
Any spell you cast that requires concentration from a scroll, you still have to concentrate on maintaining it. So, yeah. But it lasts up to 10 minutes, so you can't take a single scroll and cast it on like you
Mhm.
can't cast 5 scrolls on people.
That's okay. 5 times without.
I'm gonna
Uh,
Google it for you just to check, and it says yes.
Alright. I would like to come up behind Solemn as he's talking to this nice shopkeeper and go at him. Do you have something like he gets a bit, more reserved, a bit quieter? Animated dead?
I mean, maybe, but cast animate dead there, big boy.
Hmm.
Because if you can't cast a spell, you can't use a scroll.
Damn it.
What you would be looking for is a wand.
Wand.
But even then, you'd still need to use magic device on it. It's very hard for non-spellcasters to cast spells.
I mean, I could just give it to Solemn.
You could totally just give it to
I would not touch it if you did.
Exactly.
It's very much against his.
Ibram, what kind of beliefs do you have?
Ah. Oh man, I'm not really that deal.
Perfect.
But you want me to raise corpse?
It would give us an extra. It would give us an extra body to, find traps or.
I don't think that's like.
And, a ranger. The only people I think who can do raise dead are wizards and clerics. Paladins?
Paladins
Yeah.
can if you have Oathbreaker.
Bard, cleric, and paladin. So he is none of those.
Come
We
on.
have-
And it's a
Bard
5th level
friend.
spell, so that's a pretty high level spell.
No, Animate Dead is 3rd level.
Oh, animate dead? I was looking at raise.
I don't
Have
even
to go
think.
get returned.
Return to.
Return to.
Because Sender was like his legit like, yes, here's my name. And then his brother was like, I'm gonna be return to.
But of course, Eldritch Knights can do it.
Yeah, besides, I don't really cast magic. I alter reality by how awesome I am.
Essentially.
Excellent.
I rub my forehead and my temple.
Statues. Marble boar and the sand. Trying to sell.
Can I buy those from you?
You just spent 500 gold. Do you still have the money?
I have 100 gold left.
Evan, how much?
I don't know. Why don't you find a trader and start a bidding war?
I don't really the earth really, but we'll talk to and all right. So well,
You bet your butt. Yeah, you find somebody. Yeah, you find a dwarf who is he is literally turning around, carving onyx out of the wall, and then handing it to another dwarf who is then chiseling the onyx into either onyx weaponry or statuary.
By the way, is there a Onyx F?
An obsidian path? Yeah, we're on the
Yeah.
obsidian path, folks.
I mean,
I mean, isn't
Could
onyx
be.
just another name for obsidian?
I don't
Corinne,
think
for
so.
some
I
reason,
think
I'm not hearing you on mic.
I have a glass.
I'm still
There you go.
for me.
it's close enough.
Okay, so I have. I don't know much about them.
Hand them over, lassie. We take a look.
hands over the board.
Alrighty. Let me take at this sandstone eagle. Sandstone's common in these parts. Let me take a look-see for it. I could buy bad boy for around 200 gold. It's fine craftsmanship. Don't know who did it, not dwarfs. It's not angular enough. Maybe those pointy-eared elves had a hand in it. Then he takes the marble statue. Ooh, now this is rare materials. Marble's not too common here in the desert. Could give you a little over 400 gold for this one. Or you could sell it to your friend there for 100 gold.
But I'll be back. And she would. Happy to. I used all my money on a tattoo. I don't have any.
No, it's all right. But perhaps since you found a buyer for statuary, maybe you could try selling the I've carved.
Yeah, sure.
I've got 5 carvings that are not too big. They're like about fist size. I've got a carving of a bear, a carving of a lizard, a carving of a griffin, carving of a rock.
Which
Actually,
I somehow confused myself with. Rock is in the bird, because they fought a rock.
the bird, yes.
But when he goes, I'm carving a rock, I'm like, why are you carving a rock? After I fooled them all with the beware of rocks.
A rock almost killed us.
Do you know what?
They're made out of various.
I think one was made out of.
Oh, yeah, you're right. One
I think the rock was
the
Grimshaw.
rock.
Place, yeah. There was definitely giant lizard.
That's wood.
Remember?
Griffin is definitely wood, because that was the bear and Griffin was at a time when you had plenty of wood. The giant lizard he stole off of like a barrel. It was just random ass wood, but like fancy.
What was
Okay.
that?
It probably
Alright.
smells of booze and is very flammable.
Nice. Might want to keep that one now.
Speaking of booze and very flammable, Corinne and I have been watching a lot of How to Drink on YouTube, and he's been doing a whole bunch of videos on like, here's what the definitions for all the different whiskeys are. Here's the definitions for all the different gins. This may be a much more informed alcoholic.
You almost made.
Don't do that, Corinne. We're alcoholics. A
I
waste.
thought you weren't supposed to drink on stream.
It's grape juice. Just very, very old grape juice.
Yeah, just don't.
Yeah.
And then the other time I'm just drinking fermented oats.
Mhm.
I'm drinking bread. But yeah, so Corinne, you take those back, and the dwarf takes a look at them. Oh, wood, huh? No, here in the desert, wood doesn't exactly grow on trees. And he and the other dwarf laugh for like 5 minutes. Like, they think it's the funniest shit you've ever heard. And then after he's done laughing, he's like, oh, man. Yeah, so, however, these are little, very small. One of this bear looks like it was only made by a person who has only had a bear described to him.
Yeah.
I remember the bear was the one you rolled like a 4.
Yeah.
So I'm going to roll a D100 and divide it by 2. So yeah, we could give you like, I don't know, 30 gold pieces for this guy. I think I could probably refine it. This is more like an outline of a bear. You're pretty much selling me a do-it-yourself kind of statue. Those other guys, though, the 2 made of wood, I'm starting to sound like a pirate. Instead of a dwarf, I got to roll my R's. Because dwarfs are like if Scottish pirates.
Aye.
Alrighty. So, For those other two made of wood, I can give you combined around 110 gold. They're still relatively amateurish, but they're better than nothing. And again, wood isn't very common out here, but they're very little. And now I sound like Hiccup's dad.
I was about to say you do something.
But the bone rock, this is a mighty. Whoever made this doesn't know the accidental power they made in this carving. Skilled necromancer with maybe not the greatest morals would use this as part of a summoning.
Whoa, that's pretty cool.
Only at this one time, don't make a habit of now carving animals out of bone. This is more for the fluff than for the reality.
I'm extremely happy to hear it.
So we are going to do the opposite for that one and double that. So 340, 450, and then what's half of 61? That's going to be 32. So 482 gold.
So probably be bringing these.
You turn around and see Salam going like, "You turn around and sell those statues."
I just give her a knowing nod.
Turns back around. She's like, pretty.
Yes.
All right, so
And as you walk away, the dwarf who was chipping off the obsidian turns around, and she's bearded, but she goes, "Oh, lassie, I see you've got an old worn dagger at your waist. You might want to join in on the Lokir style and get you one of these bad boys." And she holds up an expertly carved obsidian dagger. It's not carved from a single chunk of obsidian, because that's not how obsidian works, but it has a metal handle and a metal hilt with what looks like one chunk of obsidian set into it. They may be a bit more delicate than the dagger you got at your waist, but nothing cuts cleaner and sharper than a properly knacked obsidian blade. I do also sell replacement heads for it, because you're gonna need. Absolutely.
terms that I as a player dagger such.
Why, there would be. And then she goes in that monotone-ish too. Why, this is similar to a +2 dagger, but it also has a 17 to 20 critical range. However, when you roll a critical hit, you have to roll another d20. If that d20 is above a 10, the head breaks, and you have to spend a whole round replacing the head. So it has a higher critical range, but there's a 50-50 chance that you'll have to waste a whole round reinserting a new blade. Because there's really not, like in Pathfinder, delicate weapon rule, so that's the delicate weapon rule. Similar to Adam's bone daggers.
Daggers?
Long story.
Originally,
yeah.
I think they were daggers. And
Somebody has bone daggers.
I
They
had bone
ended up-
daggers and out now.
Oh, actually, I'm pretty sure they're in the. We all have. Yep, look at that. Here. I think I kept one.
Could be exchange rate for something.
Well, this is a bit more than the average dagger, so we're going to be looking at close to 500 gold pieces from you. However, that does come with 3 replacement blades. After that, I sell them in packs of 5 for 150 gold.
Right back. that dagger for me.
Okay. That's what I was doing before you showed up.
Uh,
That's like telling me to continue doing my job.
Sousa goes back to Solomon and,
Yes.
has these.
The daggers.
I mean, not the daggers, the
For
carvings.
the carvings. Oh, I think I have a way better idea.
Right, then I will sell.
I'm gonna go get a sick ass dagger.
So, and the
Alrighty, lassie. Excuse me as I go and add that to your character sheet for you.
yes,
Alright,
because
so-
that's a lot of if ands.
yeah. So it's a 1d6. It uses your dex. It's a +2 weapon, so I added that to your attack roll. I don't remember. Does the +2 also add to damage?
Yes.
Normally not.
I
It
think
does.
So.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, attack and damage. There's the crit range. Crit. Ah,
Attack. Magic.
17 to 20. Let's test this bad boy. -3.
-20.
17 minus 20. I should just put it as a 17.
Just put 17 because
Perfect.
then it will do
Yeah.
anything over.
Yeah.
That's why we tested it. There you go, a 19, which is a crit.
Oh.
Yeah, that's weird. Then it's adding a 17. What the?
Wow. That's super strong. There is.
No, that's just your +10 because you have a +10 to hit with it. Oh, one sec. Oops, that's the wrong one. Everybody sees my Google.
Perfect. We hear kids in the background.
Yeah. Should I mute myself?
No, but
Okay.
was
it
just
magic.
wondering. So what are the names?
So no, it is 17. It's just since you
It's,
have such a +10.
I don't want to say on stream.
I mean, I can understand.
Bevan, how?
It was the full 500 gold that you'd be getting. How convenient. Oh, excuse me. So you're gonna have 100 gold left.
And how much extra?
150 for a pack of 5. We're gonna say it's a full move action to replace. Alright, so you need to keep track that you have 8 replacement daggers, which I'm just gonna add.
Yeah.
Just come with the purchase.
It's because 3 came with the purchase, and then she bought 5. Alrighty.
Just curious. A necklace that would give me resistance to some type of damage. How much would it be?
What kind of damage? Corinne, for some reason, you're having trouble being picked up again. I mean, you can always just turn your gain up a bit.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn my game.
What kind of damage are you looking at? Yeah, like I have my gain turned up higher than I normally do too, because you're not.
Maybe cold.
Yeah, this is what's
Well,
gonna
I mean,
happen.
we
It
haven't
happens.
shopped in a while. Like,
Yeah.
last time we shopped, I got a tattoo that is complete.
What?
I mean, same for me. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's just pretty.
But that's all we need.
Yeah, we just needed some tattoos. That's what we needed.
All right.
Imagine next time Mesrak and Caesar go to the same tattoo artist and hold hands while you're being done. Stay strong.
Get tattoos together.
Should work out well.
So this is one I get to make up, since magic items in 5e are supposed to be mostly rewarded, not purchased. But I don't see why people wouldn't be purchasing them. So you're looking for an amulet of cold resistance?
For example, or what is available.
Why don't you roll and look for one to see if someone can sell you one?
Hope it's no Prince Albert, but investigation, right?
Yeah.
15.
Oh yeah, you totally find a you find another stall also run by a halfling, though this is the gnome halfling because gnomes don't exist in this, but I do like gnome. So it's just a halfling with crazy colored hair and a bigger nose.
Perfect.
And he's over there working on the he's setting jewelry, and you hear like the tink 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 tink. Oh, you know what I should have had on doing this?
Sound music.
Bizarre. There you are. So yeah, you do find someone. He's sitting there working on it, working on different gemstones, different rings, earrings, necklaces, circlets, whatever you might need. Because you got a 19, so that's a good.
I would like to approach. Hello, good sir. May I have some of your time?
Absolutely.
Perfect. I'm new to this town, and I was looking to get a amulet or something of the sort, with a little enchantment, to be more resistant.
The cold. We don't have many people worrying about the cold here in the desert. Even on the coldest nights, it's still above freezing. Let me take a look. And he starts digging. He digs through. He turns around, grabs a chest, picks it up, opens it up, and it's just a jewelry box full of different pieces of jewelry. All right, give me a sec. I'm digging through here, and he picks up like a handful of jewelry, and he's just dropping it. Nope. Let's try this handful. Nope. Oh, I do have earrings. Are your ears pierced, young orc?
Not yet, but
Are
there
you
some to be.
willing to pierce them?
If you can provide that service, I would be.
I mean, I have a big old needle and a lighter.
I have many tattoos on my body, as is custom for orcs, so I think that should not be.
I gotta say this. Every time you say tattoo, I love it because you say tattoo.
Making fun of my accent.
Look, man, your English is way better than my German, so I'm not making fun of your English. I'm just saying I like the tattoos.
Actually, it reminds me of this. That is a Canadian movie that's half in French, like French Canadian, and then half in English. And there's an entire rant about how Americans and people in American English say tattoo wrong because the way it's spelled, like it doesn't really make sense to say tattoo. It makes more sense to say it the way you're saying it.
Yeah, because
Yeah, just given the way the letters are and the way you're pronouncing them. But yeah, it's a good movie. On cop, bad cop. It's a highly grossing action.
even though tattoo has two, we should be pronouncing it tat-two. because it's got the two T's instead of tattoo. So it should be pronounced tattoo, but we don't. Oh yeah, no. I totally can pierce you with these guys. They're danglies, so I hope you don't mind danglies.
That's fine. How much would it run me?
Let's see. I mean, normally for magical earrings like these, we charge in the 500 gold range, but however, you really don't wear a lot of resistance to frost in these parts, so I'm just gonna roll 6 D100s, and we'll tell you how much it
Takes out
costs.
his dice.
He takes out his gemstone dice.
Oh man.
Yeah, we're looking at around 210 gold for these guys, plus another 40 gold to jam it into your ear.
Perfect. So, is Ibram near me?
Why are you broke?
I have 193 gold. I have nothing.
Well, I mean, that's up to Ibram if he's near.
Sure.
Perfect. Ibram, would you be willing to lend me 47 gold?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
50,
No
50,
problem. That's like
50,
nothing.
57, I'm sorry.
Oh well, that's
That's
shit.
way
That's
That's
way
too much,
low.
I know.
No, 57. You got it, man.
Just taking notes.
Alright, so he takes his big needle, he takes his lighter, goes and heats it up. It's not this kind of lighter, though. It's one of those fancy old steampunk ones. But he lights the lighter up, heats it up for a few minutes. So, first piercings, huh? Like making
Yeah.
small talk. And then, he leans forward and he grabs your pointy ear and he just, without warning, he's like, all right, on the count of 3, 1, and he stabs it right into your ear. And then he goes and quickly loops the other one in. Alrighty, so that's 1 point of cold resistance. Heats it up. Alright, I swear, this time on 3, okay? 1,
Mhm.
2, 3, and then he jams it into your ear again.
Damn it.
And he sticks the other one in there. So these guys aren't as powerful as that ring you're wearing right there that gives you full resistance to ice. I don't have much practice on these guys because I'm in the middle of a desert. But this will let you ignore the first 5 points of ice damage you take for every ice attack. And they are sapphire earrings. And they're dangly. And you're like, oh. They're like a sharper version of the Katara earrings. Kataro. The ones from Dragon Ball Z. So they're still
Perfect.
like little dangly guys, but they look almost like rupees. Blue rupees from Legend of Zelda.
Hmm.
Alrighty, anybody else have stuff they need to purchase? Cece? Need any potions or reagents?
I'm gonna go buy some healing potions.
I'm not even sure Cece's with us anymore. Probably checked out.
I was waiting.
Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't looking at the camera. I have too many things to look at. Okay. Who needs to buy stuff still?
I wanna
Adam?
go buy some.
Yes, you can. Yes. Are you looking for healing potions, or are you looking to what you whispered to me, healing potions?
I want healing potions, and I want greater healing potions as well.
All right, so why don't you look for healing potions first?
All right.
You can just say point.
No. I was looking for something else.
Yeah. Okay, so that's the.
Yes, sir.
That's pretty good.
A 19, yes. So you come across a stall carved into the mine that looks like it goes way deeper into the living halls than the average place. And you can tell the entrance was started with dwarven mining, but the stonework after is all elvish. This is probably the first elf you've ever seen.
It's a very nice blend of color.
Yes, because most elves tend to stay in their forested area.
Oh,
in
this is the
setting.
first elf I've ever seen?
At least since this campaign started.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, you see 2 wood elves, they've got very long pointy ears. They're all very well adorned. And you just see that their area in this shaft is just casks after casks as far as the eye can see. And this elf is sitting there drinking. It's like, "Oh, hello, traveler. How can I help you?"
Oh, would like to purchase one of your a file of your finest stock.
"Of my finest potions?
Yes.
I hope you're buying my finest," and it does air quotes, "potions," for someone who is used to consuming such potions.
Oh, have no worries about.
So yeah, they reach down and pull out first a small cask, as well as 2 bottles of a very deep red wine.
You mean a health potions?
Yes, health potions. Yes, it goes and it rolls its eyes. Yes, these
Yes.
potions are 3,000 gold a cask and 1,000 gold a bottle.
Ah, a little bit too fine.
Maybe your second. Would you
Okay.
maybe like probably my
What?
3rd
You-
or 4th finest potions?
Would you be willing to trade in exchange for this? And I put a sort of a crystal made out of a sand stalker.
Oh, I forgot you had that, traveler. So it takes a look at it and goes, "Sandstalker's crystal. I could recognize these any day. It occupies a space between worlds." And it kind of like the elves' eyes, which are their pupils are already super dilated because they're underground, but they dilate to the point like that Legolas's eyes would have needed to be able to see that far away. So they're like huge. "Yes, I think I can. This for many things, traveler.
I would be willing.
Did
to
I say
barter for-
3,000 gold a cask? For this, I would say probably 400 gold a cask, plus this wonderful gemstone, as it looks like deep into it."
That sounds like a wonderful.
All right, so what you're purchasing is Lokil Reserve, probably the finest wine you could get this side of the Irkutun Desert. It is grown from grapes that are grown in the desert, so it is an incredibly sweet wine, which means it's also incredibly alcoholic because the amount of water grapes get determines its sweetness. The more water it gets, the less sweet it is because of it's got more water in it. It's more less concentrated sugars. So this wine will give the drinker a +3 to their constitution. However, a -2 both to all of their mental skills, so their charisma, their intelligence, and their wisdom.
-2. Wow.
-2. So it gives them that health buff, but it gets rid of a lot of their thinking, and that lasts for an hour. And in this cask, you've got about, we'll say you've got about 10 servings in the cask. So it's essentially a potion trap. Marvin, your cameraman.
I know.
You're like
Yes.
hiding. Can you change your camera so that you don't have to sit up?
I can try.
Yeah, there you go. You just bend it down a bit. There you go, that's much better. I just keep like seeing just your chin, and I'm like, come on, man.
I mean, do you need to see?
You would like to see a little more. Here, I can mess with it a bit here. Yeah, that's the quote healing potion you purchased.
Then I would like.
All right, greater healing potions we can Google.
Yeah.
This is high impact potion purchasing violence.
Yes.
Let's see what the average cost. All right, so a normal potion of healing would be 50. A greater is between 200 and 250 gold. However, depending on who you find, what kind of potion sellers you find, traveler.
Oh, yes, investigation check.
Yes.
Hey!
Another 19. So yeah,
Yeah.
you find pretty much the polite version of potion seller. It's hello, traveler. How can I help you?
Potion seller, I require a potion of greater healing.
Absolutely, traveler. Let me see what I have in stock. And he digs a bit because behind him is just a wall of potions: red, blue, green, swirly. Some with a troll's toe in it. That I think Adam drank the potion of hill giant strength. That was gross. Had a big toenail in it. That or we're still holding on to it.
No, someone drank that. I think it was.
All right. Yeah, and he takes down from the shelf 2 square glass vials. This is what I have in stock for great healing potions, traveler. That'll be a piece. It would be 200 pieces, but if you bought both of them, we would settle for 350 gold. That is a 25 gold pieces per pieces discount.
Sure.
Alrighty. 2 potions of greater healing. You remember what those
What
do?
was that? Yeah, I do.
So that's 350 gold. And they're 4d4 plus 4.
I got 40 gold left.
Yes.
I'm happy for it.
And then your snake friend goes, "Is there anything else you require here? We've only got about an hour and 20 minutes left."
Well, I'm quite fine.
Okay. Adam, do you need any weapons or any bullshit?
No.
No? CC doesn't need any bullshit. So you already bought your bullshit, Masric. Column,
Yeah.
your bullshit's over. Alrighty.
I can just see Adam just going, horror end soon.
Adam's like, I get all my items off of dead folk. I don't purchase items. Yeah, so you travel through this area and you get to the upper mines of the Obsidian Hall, and there are 2 dwarves there, both with lighted helmets on, leaning on their mauls, waiting for you to approach. And they, as you get closer, they just put their hands up and go, "State your business."
Oh yeah, hey. So
Good day.
we're just travelers, and we heard that you guys have been having problems. Miners disappearing, and figured maybe we could help out.
He kind of sighs. "The Order of the Closed Book is already investigating the disappearance of the miners. Honey boy."
Oh, does that mean we can't come in?
I mean, do you have any other reason to come in? Or are you gonna roll some dice for me, bad? Or are
I
you
don't
gonna
know.
roll? It'd be a
I don't
persuasion
know.
check. Oh yeah, no.
Well, you said no already. So I heard.
There are dwarves, you said, right?
I?
I'll try.
It's really hard for me to RP dwarves without my beard. It's coming back.
Actually, so as I'm trying to persuade, steps up, hand in hand. Well, we do have some business in mind, honestly. It is a bit of a, we're looking for information, if you will. But if you'll through, I can offer a bit of performance, some entertainment. I'm sure you're bored.
And he kind of like looks at you. Performance?
Oh yes, I'm quite talented with the fans.
He like they look at one another. You're gonna have to roll a persuasion check too, Corinne.
Even do
Oh,
this?
boy.
Okay. I wanted to roll performance instead. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Yeah, I'm not persuaded.
Don't worry, because that performance check wouldn't have done it either, lassie.
I get a +3, but I rolled really bad. Well, fine then. Perhaps.
Don't let it get you down, lassie. If you don't get in here to look for the lost miners, there's other adventure hooks in the whole city.
Yeah.
So
In fact,
Ooh.
this was probably the last one you should have tried anywho.
I still come up behind her. So what my friend was saying, in form of entertainment, would some booze provide an entrance? She has
The
very fine
the one to the left, is in the middle of like taking a swig out of a wineskin anyway. What? As he wipes his mouth and
Nothing. Nothing.
Well, we do have quite a fine select. If you were interested in getting, something new.
so I'm gonna level with you, lassie. The obsidian mine was more of a to get the players to go to the living
Living hall.
the living halls. You're not really supposed to get down here. It exists more for flavor. Neither the
man.
book nor the DM has done much work for this area. He actually didn't expect you to be interested.
Too bad.
That's the easiest story hook. That's the most in our wheelhouse. Like, you can go be diplomatic or, practice espionage, or you can go find some missing people.
I know the book
We're
is
good at finding stuff.
the book is very rude in this situation. Now you could go down there and I can make a whole battle map for you. We'll just have to take a 15-minute break.
Well,
I don't want to be this kind of dungeon master, but
Oh, I'm just saying that you being surprised that this is what we went with.
I'm not surprised.
Haven't been paying attention.
I'm just disappointed.
Well, I suppose I'll back up.
I mean, if you had rolled a better persuasion check, I totally would have let you.
Yeah, it was really.
And I would have made up stuff on the spot because I do have rules for if you do get in there for what you're going to fight. I do have monsters. But you rolled an 11 and a 0.
Didn't roll well. Well, I guess that's the way it is. If not meant.
Okay.
All right. Well, where next?
Well, we just went through. The living hall. Why they're called that? Is it because people live in these halls, or is it because the halls are alive?
I don't think it's the second. Then again, you're made of metal. I don't know.
Never do know.
I'm just gonna throw a dart at a board and say, let's go to the archives.
Sorry, I was eating crackers.
Assume that if the mines are so, some of the miners who have lost friends would.
Hey, Socially Awkward 13, thanks for following. I am socially awkward, and at one point, I was also 13. I'm 30
That's
now.
Got so much in common, man.
That was more than half my lifetime ago. God, I'm old.
Yes, you
And
are.
I live in my in-laws' basement. Being a millennial is...
Too real.
It's too real. But yeah, the Lost Archives, that's perfect.
We will come back.
Yes, the Lost Archives. This area is one of the few areas, I don't know why I said Z instead of the, areas of the Library of Lokiel that is easier for you to gain entrance to. You see, the Lost Archives is a partially forgotten and little used repository for books that we have yet to actually archive, catalog, and study. It's the access tunnel is technically a secret. I might be convinced to lead you there for a little bit more of my daily wage.
There's another gold.
Oh yes, one more gold, good sir. So yeah, they lead you to an area that are a secret access tunnel from the living hall, and it is guarded, but it is guarded by members of the open book, of the closed book, the opposite of the open, the closed book. As long as you convince them you were there for indeed scholarly purposes and that you will be benefiting them, they will let you in.
Right.
Well, I think we have a couple among us who are, like scholarly things. I mean, Solemn
Yes.
and Cece, you're both learned men, are you not?
I do wish to access the library.
Who are you
Well,
a cleric of?
I'm a cleric of God of Passage, Ender of Cycle. One who watches in limbo and ferries souls to their rightful heaven.
The human monk who was kind of leading at the door, reading his book, snaps it shut. Orga.
Indeed.
So you're one of the good guys, they say as they do everything. And he takes his book, binds it with its little belt, and lets it hang from his waist. What can you offer us to gain access? We are, a repository of knowledge.
I am Hollow Legionnaire. And as one such, am a veteran of the Titanic Wars.
Indeed.
Cannot offer much besides my memories. Those are scattered and scarce. But I believe by studying the war.
Why, hello, Rauletos. Thanks for joining. And he kind of walks forward and unceremoniously, holds your face and looks around at it. Oh, indeed, I haven't seen a member of your people in a Slytherin's age. You're still gonna have to do some sort of persuasion or a history check.
History
let's-
check?
History check, even though this is a human.
Yeah.
Little history.
Cece, though, he also has stuff to really entice them with his mechanics.
I guess I'm not very persuasive.
Goes, well, that's a start. I'd see no reason to just let you waltz on in. And yeah, Cece, you do notice him eyeing your potions that are all over your waist and your catapult. Yeah, but if you RP it a bit and let them know, oh, hey, we're going to let you take a look at my stuff, or I can share some knowledge and my construction. That's okay. We're just happy that you're here.
I'm gonna use
Yeah.
guidance on.
Okay.
Thanks.
I'm just gonna say something encouraging, like, "You can do it."
I've got
Hey, big guy, you want to fly? You ever, I can make you fly, big guy. It's like you're holding open a jacket. I can make you see colors you ain't never seen.
Make you see music.
Is that your daily potion as a potion of flight?
yeah.
Does a potion of flight, you say? Let me see it, and this will be your persuasion check, but you can roll it with advantage.
And you can add a D.
Well, that 18 without the D4 is good enough anyway. But you can roll that d4. A 19, still not too shabby. Yes, yes. Oh, it'd be useful for our order if we can reverse engineer the effects. I accept this knowledge transaction, and you may. And he kind of like very dramatically enter. He doesn't dab, but he like bows forward.
But he might dab though.
He might dab, but he did. Different music time.
Oh, good job, you two. I suppose you're both earning a good for something, right?
Yes, they're good for many things.
I'm sure. I'll
A
quite
potion?
roll.
Sisu, did you say a potion of flight? I know that. I say that much more quietly.
Oh, Cece, pulling out the big guns with the I don't cares and the cavalier attitude.
Big bad evil guy sees tremble.
Son.
The contents of the Lost Archives are valuable. Some of the texts here were written long before the Divine War. The shelves contain innumerable tomes and journals, arcane formulae, spellbooks, scrolls, birth, death, and census records, maps and glossographies, religious texts, and scholarly descriptions of all manner of archaic magical devices, rituals, and artifacts. In addition to acting as a repository for dusty tomes, the archives are also comprised of several reading areas, laboratories, unused vaults, and abandoned halls. Years ago, the Lost Archives were used as an active workspace attached to the main library. Unfortunately, the ongoing struggle in the Obsidian Mines forced sages and monks in ever-increasing numbers to work and defend the mines. Originally, High Reliquarian Renee Abragos locked the doors and warded them with spells, fearing priceless books and artifacts would be stolen or smuggled out of location. However, recently, the aged High Reliquarian has been vetting redeemed Asath and Ironbred volunteers to help supplement her dwindling staff. She reopened the archives, believing the solution to the problem of the mines is hidden in the historical texts. Thus far, the council has accepted this move, but Abragos fears they are merely entertaining her until the Ironbred can be reassigned to. So as you enter, this looks very much like the forbidden section of the Hogwarts library. There are books upon books upon books stacked high. This is like the stacks. Yeah, this is the stacks. There's books. They are kind of organized, but there's just like scrolls and notes just tucked into everywhere. There are plenty of dusty sitting areas with, you know, the little angled sitting areas for your books, so you can have a candle, read, and it's mostly Asath and Ironbred working to and fro in. And you can one of the folks that was on your list will be working here, but you actually
You.
Corinne, do you need any more to drink?
I wouldn't.
All right, give me a sec. Well, you guys decide what you do. I'm gonna give Corinne a drink as I give myself more. We're gonna finish this giant ass bottle. It's already
Person
halfway.
to like know where Samuel is.
Well, I'll be right back and I'll let you know.
Good old Sam.
Oh, okay. Well, breaking our own rules. Yes. You know, quarantine, no rules. Right.
Yeah.
Oh.
Rule, don't leave.
The only rule is don't leave the house. Everything else is fine. Rules, who needs them? Don't leave the house. Stay 6 feet away from everybody you don't live with. Got it.
Time to get myself more to drink.
Oh, and Adam, You actually get to take those bonus points away because the person who stole the dagger was not Marcus, but we'll remember who they are in a moment. So you just walk up to the first person, ask who Samuel is. You ask an Asath or an Iron
If he
Bread?
knows, probably an Iron Bread.
You walk up to one and goes, "Greetings, friend. My name is Paul Revere Sapphire. Who are you, my good friend?"
Ibram Singh.
Well, howdy, Ibram Sage, greatest warrior in Skarn. How may I help you today?
Hey, yeah. So, do you happen to know? We're looking for this guy, Samuel. Tribe. Know him?
Yes, Samuel the Scribe is a well-respected scholar here. He been very, very instrumental in organizing this library and finding useful tomes. You can find him at the back. You'll tell who he is by the pile of books that you can hear excited hissing coming.
Thanks, brother.
You too, brother. Yeehaw.
Man, that guy was a fucking weirdo. Anyway, let's go to the back of the...
You're like, he still talks like an Iron Bread. Kind of. He still uses our words. His tone. Corinne, was that you getting up? If you don't answer, the answer is yes. Yes. Okay. Well, I heard our bathroom door open and close, and I'm like, what?
Well.
Yes, it was Lola. She got up, opened the bathroom door.
Dogs do.
So, yeah, we back.
Yeah, you go to the back, and
For excited.
yes. You do see a pile of books that's stacked like 8 foot high, almost a wall around someone. You do see candlelight and a bit of smoke from what's clearly an animal fat candle, because wax is kind of hard to come from out here. It's kind of stinky, but you can tell he's kind of mixed it with some frankincense to kind of make it. Yeah.
Bad one.
It's still bad. It still smells like burning animal fat, but burning animal fat and patchouli is slightly better than plain burning animal. And you hear that hissing. And if you guys want to roll a perception check before you get towards him, you can hear what he's hissing about.
Amazing. I just realized that me and Ibram have the same, bonus,
Well,
same as.
Luckily, the first one was the 22 for Sim, so Sim, you hear him hissing, "Of course, there are different records of the battle. Oh no, we must stop them. This cannot be." And then as he hears that, Solemn, you bump into a shelf and some books fall, and you hear a book slap closed. "Who is it? Who's over there? Is that you, Paul? I told you not to disrupt me."
It's a much better Iron Bread. Pop around the stack of books.
And what you see is a small, blue-tinted Asath. He is not decked out in weaponry. He has a ceremonial scimitar, but you've seen other Asath here wearing that scimitar, so it looks like it's more just part of his uniform than an actual weapon. And he's like, "Hello, other person."
Name's Ibram.
"Ibram Sage. I know of your name.
Really?
What are you doing here, Ibram Sage?"
Just kind of poking around, meeting people, getting to know the lay of the land, standard stuff. What you reading about?
"What are you reading about?"
No.
He currently doesn't have a book.
You're reading about the Gods' War, specifically about the killing Titan Spiragos.
Ah,
Do you know
he
any good
says.
tomes on that?
Then he picks up his glass of wine that he had there. He has a glass. He doesn't have a porcelain goblet. Spiragos, huh? And you, Hollow Legionnaire, what is your name?
I am Solemn.
Solemn and Ibram Sage. Would that make you Siusa Salazar? And you, Masric Blackwater? And you, young friend, are you Kobaya Kavia? I wanted him to use your full name instead of CC, and I had to go and look on the other page for what it was.
Well, that's right. You have heard of us. It's
Are you
Yes.
read my poem? Tell me how.
I mean, I could, but it's not going to be very accurate. No, I just remember things.
Wow.
You're a
Amazing.
very interesting group of people traveling through the desert and attacking Sutek. And other wildlife would be remembered.
Wildlife.
Yes, sandstalkers are still technically wildlife. And they are a protected species, Ibram Sage.
Hang on. What? What are what?
The sandstalkers.
Hey man, they started it.
They
You
attacked
know.
us first.
Yeah.
no, really, we would have been fine to
You-
just travel through the desert without attacking anything. But things kept attacking us. Except for that one time. We definitely
Yeah, no,
Yes.
that was a
Heard
defensive
a
assault.
lot.
And he
We were alone when we killed. So your birds bring me messages.
I would call them more scorpions and snakes, but birds sometimes. And he holds up his one hand while taking a sip. I would prefer not to get in a fight in this library. It's a very important building.
Anything about fighting?
I just
What,
know
you
your
wanna fight?
history. No, please, for the love of God, no. Look at all this knowledge.
Hey man,
This is a paradise, more than the desert paradise.
it's rare that we introduce ourselves.
I mean, is it
how long have you been watching us?
long enough that I'm wondering where your little gnomish halfling is and the other suit of armor?
Boy, that's.
Yes, it's been a while.
Have you been watching us today?
Yes. However,
I was just joking about the shooting you with. No?
That's okay. I didn't know about that. I'm not omnipotent.
Man, I don't know how this shit works. That's a little joke. Double joke. Joke.
So, Adam, you
Let's
can
not dwell.
still sense with your ranger favored enemy thing that he is redeemed. He is not now a Titan or Titan.
How do you do it,
Okay.
Cecile? Do you employ spies or magic? Divination?
He goes, a little column A, a little column B. A small robot that looks like a butterfly can't get to Namek. You know,
You know what we're here. What we're.
yes, and I know I cannot allow you to.
Why not? A scholar such
Because-
as yourself should be familiar with what these artifacts are capable of.
It's because you
Nature
will,
itself is twisted around them like
yes,
webs.
and you will doom us all.
They must be destroyed.
And calm down, Solemn, for a moment. Why would that be a problem if we destroy them?
Why don't you roll a diplomacy or a persuasion check, whatever it's called, or
Okay, I'm gonna
intimidate,
do
whichever
bad
you're
cop,
better at.
you're
Yeah,
gonna do
let
good
the
cop.
let
Great.
the 8 charisma orc talk to the people. Thank you.
You asked the question, you roll the check. A 12. Because, like Marcus and Dorian, I believe that you will unwittingly much more harm than good with these.
Do realize we have destroyed the last one.
You haven't destroyed
And
any. You've been
Yeah.
working on it.
they're still currently doing.
Every time you try to destroy one gets stolen or
slew a falcon, ripped out its heart. One of the last remaining sons of its
And-
beating heart.
and he
full of
takes
fire.
he takes
Destroy.
a sip of wine and goes,
Exactly.
"Yeah, that was a mistake."
Why?
And why is that?
Well, you know what happens when you destroy a Titan artifact that contains their essence? I thought so.
It gets freed. So
You're the smartest orc I've ever met, which is saying something, I guess.
fuck you.
A backhanded compliment is still a compliment.
Yeah, and my backhand hurts more than yours.
Ooh.
Spicy.
So, yeah. Anyway, you want to get into more detail, or
I don't know. How do I know I have to do to you what I did to Marcus once you get this
Marcus.
information? You saw what I did. That one brought him back to life for a little bit.
Mhm.
Marcus was the knight who was
Oh.
keeping track on you.
Yeah.
An assassin's list.
So, if you are this wise person, much smarter than any orc, I would gladly hear what is your proposal of, or how we.
Why are you going to dispose of them?
well, the corrupts land.
You did notice that they are used by crazy people to poison nature.
Look, have you ever heard the story of the man who received 1 million gold with the stipulation that 1 million gold and immortality, with the stipulation that somewhere else on the planet is a snail that also gained immortality? The snail's only desire is to touch that man, thus removing their mortality and killing him. What did that man with that 1 million gold?
Live is full.
No,
Round himself with salt.
close. Paid another man to find that snail, lock that snail in a metal box, and sink that metal box to the bottom of the ocean. You can't truly destroy the snail, because destroying the snail will kill you as well. Destroying this Titan artifact will do way more harm than good. However, keeping it in a trusted archive away from the other artifacts of Spiragos, that's the plan.
You're telling us we should give it to you.
I mean, you don't
Fair
have
point.
anything on you
I
to give me.
think I got some notes though. Got some notes on your plan. There's like we've been hearing about spiders and shit showing up out in the desert. You know,
About your research.
My research. My research has all been done in this room. I haven't left this room in 19 days. I've been under quarantine. I only left this room once to pick up a package.
Oh man, I'm feeling some sort of kinship with this
Oh man.
this scholar here.
Did you even get out of the car?
No, my husband. And he spoke with an old coworker about how weird life has gotten the past 2 weeks. I didn't hear that conversation, but from their gestures, I kind of picked it up.
Yeah. DC-19 is a bitch.
The DC-19. That's clever.
Yeah.
No, here, in fact, take this book. It has all my notes on the true battle between Bangle and Spiragos. You might want to read a bit deeper.
I will.
Who is the author of it?
Well, these are my notes, so me.
I'm just
You
curious.
don't
do you
think that
follow
your
it?
research.
I just copied it, pasted it, linked it together. I mean, if you don't want to trust it, take it
I
with a
want
grain
to
of
check
salt.
your sources.
I'm not sure if you have the time to check my sources, friend. Things have already been put into action that cannot be stopped.
like what? Real vague, dude.
I am a snake.
And a Sathi.
Okay, I'm a snake with legs. I will say, though, that one of the artifacts that you're looking for is in this very city. I don't have it. Look, see? No rings on these fingers.
We know, but there's still 3 disciples of Wengel whose heads we need to bash in.
I wouldn't bash their heads in, my friend. You might regret that in a week or so.
happens in a week.
Well, have you checked in on that Chasm of the Flies recently?
What?
You might want to head back there after this. The Chasm of the Flies? From the first adventure you did? Where the gauntlet is. The Gauntlet of Spiragos.
Oh,
I
that was
wasn't-
in the
I
Chasm
wasn't
of the
there.
Flies.
No, but Adam
It's called
was.
the Chasm of the Flies.
It's, yeah. Or something like that.
Yay.
Something
I don't
like
Yeah,
remember
that.
it
something
being
like
called
that.
that. Is all I'm saying. I don't remember that.
You can't
Give
just
me a
make
second.
up a new name for something and
Oop,
be
that's
confused
wrong
when we don't know what you're talking about.
Alright.
And we're talking about spiders here. Spiragos.
No, don't
Chasm
worry.
of
I'm bringing up
Spiders.
cat. No, it's of the Flies.
Why can't it be butterflies?
Oh, look at that. Chasm of the Flies. In the
Really?
Devil's
No.
March.
Well, if you never said it before,
I
we still
did.
can't. No,
Let's
it's
go watch the
bullshit.
videos.
I-
They're
oh,
on the
I don't think you wanna
YouTube.
Play this game.
I do. It was also like 8 months ago.
That doesn't help. That does make it.
It
worse.
does. It makes it much harder.
Right, so yeah, hey, okay, yeah, we can go check out the chasm. Are you concerned with this situation?
Look, man, I've got all the books I could need. Just read my notes, and you might want to check the old city if you want to get that ring of yours.
Should we trust you?
Oh.
Sounds like a fool's errand.
Yes, well, so was trying to find me in one of the most offensive places on the planet, but here.
Well, we are fools. I mean, we've proven that many times.
I know. I've seen you try to cast fire spells on Ironbread, Sutek. Idiots.
But we're fools with results. Look how much we've done.
Yes, you've done a very good job fucking things up for the rest of us.
Exactly. Mic
Wait,
drop.
what?
Alright, I want to take his note. I'm gonna read them
Fucking-
right in front of him, though.
Fucking things up for
Just
for
stand
what,
there and
exactly?
go, boy, I hope these get to the bastard dumb people.
Oh, jeez. All right.
Right in front of him.
I would like to say
Occasionally
that
looking at
Sousa is completely fine with accepting that we've just fucked things up. She
So,
honestly believes
Adam?
that's probably possible.
I'm going to copy and paste
I'm okay
something
with it,
that
but
I want you to
wanna
read,
hasten-
but you have to promise me not to share this with the rest of the people. I essentially want you to read it and close the book and go, okay. But I will give you this information. Because otherwise it's going to just ruin a kick-ass reveal in the next book. And while you read that, I'm going to run to the restroom.
Bye.
Oh, man, is what we're doing bad?
I mean, I wouldn't put it past the writers of.
Classic white wolf.
Yeah.
You were
but
the bad guy the whole time.
Yeah.
I have a recommendation that I don't know if expects us to take that recommendation. I think if we're artifacts, we bring Black Terror, which is a group of scholars, wizards, and arcane casters that are completely separate from any government or they're not beholden to anybody, but their entire deal is studying and protecting this magic. So
The entire power
Yeah.
corrupt,
yeah,
which is why get rid of the dagger in the
Yeah.
first place.
well,
Which
and
is why this guy might just be completely lying to us.
He
'Cause
might be
wants to
lying.
get his hands on the ring, and he just says, "Oh, you go and check this thing out, and it'll take us 2 weeks to go there. And by the time we come back, oh, it's the apocalypse."
yeah,
You know?
and I mean he might be lying, but if he's not lying, I feel like I would trust the people with powerful and strange objects and used to making sure the wrong people put their hands on them with it than I would probably anybody. But I don't know if the Black Terror Vault actually. I just know it's a thing that's in Derrakeen, and they
Yeah, but-
aren't.
The whole reason that we were working together with Lady Tahoe and her knights, they were supposed for us. Destroy these armies.
So
Now the guy's telling us, set the fucking Titan power free.
So Adam, I hope you read it, went, holy shit, and closed it.
Yep.
Yeah, essentially.
Oh. Yeah. So yeah, and I glance over and go, well, fuck. Hey, so we gotta stop Lady Raho. Lady Raho from doing her thing, breaking that dagger. We gotta get this ring. And we've been fucking shit up. That's fucking right. Oh, today's the
Look, when I personally read, you guys will hear the whole thing next week, or maybe at the end of the session that Adam read, there's more. But when I read that, I went, oh, you TheOnyxPath, you motherfuckers.
That's classic one. Honestly, always like that. Oh, the vampires, you're trying to stop Gehenna from occurring. Ah, there you go. You woke up the antediluvian. Now everything's good.
I don't know much about Vampire the Masquerade because I personally don't care for it, but we can go into that on another day.
Same with werewolves.
So I don't know at all. But I don't know my character would know about it. But I'm feeling if we're not meant to just play these artifacts and we should instead be up somewhere, I would recommend Black Terror. But I don't know if that's relevant at all. That I don't know.
I mean, that's something you can worry about later. Right now, you know that the Ring of Spiragos is in this city, in the old portion of the city.
Okay.
We can deal with that, and then you can deal with that later.
Okay.
Perfect.
I'm gonna read it. Take the book.
Really?
Like he said,
Ibram.
he-
In the midst of reading and just
that he was gonna.
Save reading on it. Right now, you have action to do, because I'm going to read the whole thing at the end of this. And it's going to be really cool, and then we'll end it, and it'll be perfect.
Gonna be like, hey, one punk.
That's what Adam went, holy shit. But no, we've got about, because I want to end this at 3. So Samuel goes, he holds up his wine glass. So you might want to get to the old Lokil before it's too late. Don't let the undead get to you. And
Hey,
he
you want to
winks.
just tell us where it is? Or
No, it's just in the ruins of old Lokil. They'll find you.
all right, thanks. I guess you're like the least
Well-
helpful person.
I'm like Wikipedia circa 2006.
damn.
It's I don't like. Right. Have a good day or
As you
whatever.
leave, he goes,
Well,
gives you
as
the
I leave-
horns, and
as I
sticks his
leave-
tongue out.
I knock a couple of his.
No, my
Oops.
books!
I want to find a book.
Oh yeah, you have technically befriended him?
What?
Yep.
Technically,
Yes.
befriend is a loose term.
It says
Very.
if the PCs become friendly with Samuel, which is way more friendly than before, and Corinne, you know that he is giving you this gift in exchange for your silence regarding his identity. So he is not giving you these things because he likes you. Giving you these things to shut you up.
Okay,
Plus,
Cecil
he's a
kind of pull the
coward.
party aside, like as they were leaving. So there's kind of like a I don't think really getting here. All of this information, so we don't. It's all a, we keep our silence kind of thing.
So,
Kind of. It's an Asathi. We're all about information, etc., etc. It's all very boring. I don't like it, but
All right, so Cece,
Interesting.
Cece and Solemn. he gives each of you a book which contains one spell of your choice of your max current spell level that you can have, and you just have that extra spell slot and it's prepared. So if you're, for example, Solemn, and your spell level, your max spells known is 4, you can choose a level 4 spell to just have prepared from now on. It's just one you have prepared. CC, we'll probably do it Artificer style. So you have a level 3 Artificer spell that you can just have prepared. Like, you know it.
Level 2.
Oh, level 2 is for Artificer? Oh, yeah, I was looking at amounts of spells per day. I'm sorry, for level 2. Yeah, you have a level 2 Artificer spell that you'll just know now. Because he's giving you this knowledge.
I choose the most evil spell on my...
That would probably be better, because that's a spell you normally would not learn, and he is giving you the knowledge to learn it.
There's this spell in the Scarred Lands book, Shadow Traitor.
Oh, yeah,
Basically,
man. Do it.
It's so thematic, you know?
For the 3 martial classes, he gives you each a book on your like ancient pre-Titans War combat tactics, like primers that just give you all a permanent +1 to your base attack bonus.
To our base?
Yeah.
Oh.
So Masterix, Susa, and Ibram, you all have a +1 permanently to your base attack bonus.
Nice. That means all my attacks now get a +1. My dagger.
Literally go to your yeah. I guess base attack bonus is an ancient term, no longer used. It would be your proficiency bonus for your combat. So it's all a +1 to all of your stuff.
Okay, to all of my attacks.
Yeah, so pretty much make all of your martial attacks a +1.
To hit. Right?
To hit, not for hit
Okay.
damage.
Awesome.
So you either get free spells that you will always know, or got your additional base attack. This is the ancient knowledge he's sharing so that you don't go and tell everybody, hey, this guy, he's actually technically a bad guy. He just wants to...
Sorry, do I...
I mean, it'd be nice to know now. So... I'll add that for you. Check this.
We can make Ibram even bigger.
I now have 2. I have 2. Oh, when I actually use this...
Where did it go? I just dragged it.
Imagine our hamster just deciding to be normal sized for some time.
First of all, fuck you.
I'm sorry.
Second of all, CC is like 5 foot. Like, or maybe 4,
CC,
4 6.
then CC is quite tall.
I
Um,
wanted to be really, really short, but Bevan said I couldn't just tiny puffball.
Oh, come on, Bevan.
I have
Bevan,
no
what's,
idea it doesn't want to let me add it. So you get to do the old-fashioned type it in yourself. I know, it's not fun. I know Roll20 is... I really like it until... I pretty much loved it until you joined this game, and now I see all the issues with it.
Bevan. So that obsidian dagger is now at the top, and my dagger is...
Well, I'll just get rid of your dagger.
Hey, can I sell my regular dagger?
Later, not right now.
Not right now.
Like this shit.
Dagger +1.
Hey, library guy, take my dagger.
Yeah, hey, buy this off me right now.
There, I've added it to your equipment.
Okay. That works.
Where, oh where is old? Ruins of Old Kill.
Oh, you got rid of mine.
No, I just moved it.
Right, and it
Your thing is still there. Your Warfan +2 is still there.
Okay, yeah, it's fine. It was not loading.
Yes. So, ruins of old Lokiel. Destroyed during the Divine War, the scorched old city of Lokiel is half buried under a layer of obsidian and sandstone. Noxious gases fill craters and pockets created by stone buildings that did not burn. The devastation bears the signs of Fulcus, the Iron Father, and Kadum, the Mountain Shaker. Parts of the mountainside have been rent asunder, and others have sloughed off like so much melted butter. Butter. Occasionally, undead rise from the ruins, whether their appearance is spontaneous given the eldritch energies lingering there, or whether some nefarious being or force is creating them deliberately is unknown. This area is easily accessible only by lift or by magic, yet some immaterial undead do rise up to attack people in the living halls from time to time. Because of this necromantic activity, researchers from the city of necromancers, Holofaust, often take excursions here to study how the undead rise. For several months now, though, thankfully, activity in Old Lokiel has been quieter than usual. As you guys enter this old stone city, it is very quiet. You don't hear, anybody talking. There's no chatting. I'm not going to play any music. I'm going to play wind. It's going to be it. Because that's really all you hear is wind.
Yep.
Don't hear anyone arguing. You don't even hear animals. However, suddenly you do hear, "Hello, travelers. What business have you here?"
Look around.
Where does this-
Yeah.
Roll a perception check.
I will. Oh, damn. I don't think anyone needs to roll perception now.
What did you get, a 25? All right, Ibram. So you hear that near the end, what looks like it's an old town hall, is where this voice is coming from. It's very spectral. So you have no idea. You think it's a rock on the floor.
Yusa is a little bit hammered, and she's like talking to a rock, like, "Well, you see, we're looking for a ring, yes." So she's been talking to a rock just like that. Happens when you're
Beautiful.
and you're a drunkard.
All right, so for this combat, it's mostly Spirit of the Mind.
Combat.
Spirit of the Mind.
Combat?
You'll see
What are we talking about?
combat that will be coming up potentially. If you guys do it right, you don't have to. However, while it's Theater of the Mind, I only need you guys on a square so I know if you guys are like close to one another or away from one another, depending on what spells are used. Well, I'll
Okay,
move
well,
you there, but it doesn't matter what this
I'm-
map looks like. So I'm just reusing this river.
I'm always next to Matt.
Yes.
Always.
Always. At all times.
The voice you hear is echoey. It sounds like it's from a far off place. Even the closer you get to somewhere, it still sounds echoes. You might want to leave, servants of Corian, and whatever it is that solemn follows. Bevan always forgets until you say it.
Morga.
Namorga. I always wanted to fault to the Pathfinder equivalent. I always want to say Sarenrae, but you're not of Sarenrae. You're of Namorga.
And if we're getting specific, technically, sort of follows.
And Keely's cool. He's Loki.
Yeah, Zeus is all about Keely. She just doesn't really talk about it much because, it hasn't really come up.
You're gonna want to leave, travelers.
Why is
Wow.
that?
I don't deal with those who destroy my things. You may call me the Sari, and you destroyed my property in the ruins of Balsameth.
Is this like your office or something? Like, I'm just wondering, like, you're coming at us, like, you don't want to deal with us. I don't know who you are if we want to deal with you.
I mean, this is kind of an office. It's the equivalent of an office.
Your office.
Well, I mean, no one else is here. What? She gets very flustered.
I'm just saying, we're walking around, minding our own business, start addressing. Literally stopped us to tell us. Kind of crazy now.
You defeated my followers, traveler.
Oh, okay. So yeah, we do have business.
Yes, the beings like you in the ruins of Belsameth, they were working for me. They're dead now. Adam. And you're like, whoa, Adam! I have approximate knowledge of many things.
Approximate.
Well, they had it coming. Okay. Well, you've convinced me. You're clearly the bad guy.
Yes. Ha 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 ha.
Convincing.
All right, you got the ring. Let's.
Well, you know what? First of all, Solemn, put yourself at max HP. Second of all, Ibram and Masric Blackwater, I need you two to roll some wisdom savings throws.
Come on.
Eyes, be wise.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Let me close up.
Easy.
Masric, you're perfectly fine.
Yeah, the bless is not.
Ibram.
Oh no.
Ibram. Suddenly, you are not quite within your body. All you know now is you hear the words inside your head. Kill them.
Good.
Roll for initiative. Adam.
Awesome.
And Adam, you are wanting to kill them.
Oh, I figured that out. I
Could we
believe
have
you.
just?
I am moving your tokens back here so I can put my token on the floor.
Couldn't he have picked, like Solemn?
No,
Yeah.
I used my player knowledge to know who had the lowest wisdom of the game.
Come on.
As a dungeon master. You all have really high wisdom.
Yeah.
No, you all have at least a 12.
Yeah, but he gets a surprise round, doesn't
Adam? Oh, he sure as shit does.
he?
Oh boy.
No.
So Adam,
Oh, boy, howdy, he
I've
does.
been waiting for this.
I was going to say, I need you to treat this just as James did when he was dominated person and have fun. When
Try to
Adam,
murder us.
so
8
to put
months
it into
ago,
perspective,
how did he play?
he killed 2 of us.
What?
Oh, not in the. Okay, I thought you
No.
were talking about in this campaign.
No, this was
that happening?
this was when we were playing our pirate game. He flat out killed 2 of us.
And almost killed me, then saved me once.
We had to have like a counseling session because so many of us were frustrated. But at this point, I now understand, like, hey, this is sometimes how things go. Yes, we are going to let Ibram Sage go first, and then we'll go to the top of the initiative order. So you
just so I can play this right, I
will show you the
I
spell.
see them at I want to know if I know them tactically.
You attempt to beguile a humanoid that you can see within range. It must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or be charmed by you for the duration. This is for 1 minute. If you or a creature that are friendly to you are fighting, it has advantage on the saving throw. You guys were not fighting yet. He did it before combat. She did it, excuse me. While they are charmed, they have a telepathic link with it as long as the 2 of you are on the same plane of existence. You can use this telepathic link to issue commands to the creature while you're conscious. No action required. Which, oh, you moved you moved what I was reading. Which it does its best to obey. You can specify a simple and general course of action such as attack that creature, run over there, or fetch that object. If the creature completes the order and doesn't receive further direction from you, it defends and preserves itself to the best of its ability. You can use your action to take total and precise control of the target. Till the end of my next turn, the creature takes only the actions I choose. It doesn't do anything that I don't allow it to do. During this time, you can also cause the creature to use a reaction, but this requires you to use your own reaction as well. Each time the target takes damage, it takes a new wisdom saving throw against the spell. If the saving throw succeeds, the spell ends. At higher levels, blah, blah, blah. So essentially, until you take damage, you are 100% under my control. After you take damage, you get to do the DC savings throw, which I'm going to double check. I know it's pretty high for a Spirit Naga.
But I mean, I was in answer to my doing.
Yes.
So I do know.
That's...
probably how I'm gonna kill.
Yeah, you know everything about us
Yeah.
that you would know. Which is, why when this happened to James, when he in the swashbuckler, he was able to murder basically all of us.
Yeah, he killed me and Marshy's character because I was a wizard and Marshy was a sorcerer. So between the two of us, we had like no AC. He ignored the other folks who don't have that low AC. So the DC is 14, by the way.
Okay.
So
Let's start ripping out some spells. I'm gonna cast Zephyr Strike. So I don't provoke opportunity attacks anymore. DC here. Activating Zephyr Strike, so I get advantage on this attack.
you only get one attack on a surprise round. You don't get both.
Oh.
And I'm not near him. God damn it.
So, oh man, and it's probably pretty messed up because I literally just was talking shit to a body voice, and now I'm jumping over at him.
17 is going to hit. You take 20 damage, CC. And now we're going to the top of the initiative order to Solemn.
He'll obey you.
Solemn, extremely perplexed about what the hell is going on.
One thing for Bevan, I think you for initiative, I will be second after Solemn.
Oh, do I not have it from descending?
It didn't add me.
I'm sorry. There you go.
Yeah.
I think actually
So,
before
yeah,
me,
you go
got
first.
more dexterity.
Okay.
Yes. Ah, shit. Here we Sutak again, says Master.
Okay.
They've known you were going to turn. Except for Master, you were aware that Master, you heard the voice in your head as well that said kill. So this will not be metagaming for you to say that he is under a spell. You are free to tell everybody as
With
a
your
free action. Yes, use a free action and say, he's under the Naga spell, or, however you want to say it.
Kill him.
Kill him.
You've been waiting for this.
Shit.
Of course
Now's
I
our
am.
chance.
Susan's like, Ibram, what are you doing? And I feel as an Asathi, I feel kind of have some sort of knowledge about mind control. I don't know if that's accurate, but they're very they're sneaky folk. Would I have any idea that this isn't acting on?
I mean, either way, you know that you got to stop him, whether or not you're punching him with non-lethal damage, or stabbing him, or even restraining him.
Okay.
And also, to be fair, you would know that this is a little out of character.
It
for
is out of
Ibram
character.
To go from talking shit to an enemy to stabbing CC really hard.
CC, the person he kidnapped because he wanted CC to be his friend.
Yeah.
New friend.
Yeah, I feel like I probably just don't know what's gonna help.
Yeah.
But I can just try, I guess. So Suso runs over, and instead of stabbing, tries to okay, so I'm going to try and stab non-lethally. What is non-lethal?
One
It
sec.
reduces HP, but if he falls to 0, he isn't killed, just unconscious.
I know the 3-5 rule.
One
But
sec.
it's only
We are making a decision whether or not we need a break real quick. So, if you guys need a break, we can do that. Once this combat is over, we are also done for the day. So it's up to the two folks who would like Then we can take a break real quick.
Yeah.
Hold
I would
that
also
combat
like to
thought,
say-
Susa.
That was a good
Yes.
surprise round.
Thank you so much for the bit. Be
Hey, thanks,
right
Bill.
back.
Oh, and our cameras are all screwy. Oh, you know
Are
why?
they?
Because I opened the chat. There we go. Now they're all fixed.
Oh, it wasn't showing it as weird until I did it.
Yeah, give me a moment.
Uh.
We're going to go on a break real quick because everybody can use a bathroom break. Some people need to take some breathers, and we'll be right back.
5 players lead.
We are Bevan Audio Live now, and we are Everybody Audio Live now. Welcome back. We all had to go potty, pour ourselves some more liquid grains and whatnot, and Corinne is now going to try to snap Ibram out of this, because if not, he is going to kill someone.
All right. So, did we figure out this non-lethal negative? Correct?
No, the only difference is non-lethal. So non-lethal is a very confusing thing, because he still takes that damage. The basic rule of thumb is, if your attack would reduce them to 0 when you're doing non-lethal, it would knock him out instead of kill him. So at this point, it isn't really necessary unless you think you're going to do 75 damage in one group of attacks. Because
Use violence to help your friend.
you could
But
deal
I'm
all
still-
lethal, because you could do all lethal damage till they're 1 HP, and then do non-lethal. Until they
mean-
are going to 0, non-lethal and lethal still take away HP, but it
Okay.
can make you feel better about it. So if everybody's attacking somebody with non-lethal, RP-wise, after the battle, they're not covered in cuts and they're bleeding to death, they're just covered in bruises and shit like that.
So I think this is non-lethal.
Okay.
But she has daggers and a sharp warfan, so I think she's still stabbing.
You
just
can
in
be
non-lethal
stabbing,
areas.
or you can be hitting with the pommel. Like, you just
Yeah.
have to be creative in your description. You can
Okay.
hit, like, with the flat side of your warfan instead of the
Yeah.
stabbing part. You know. Just
Okay.
be... Yeah.
Well, Sita starts non-lethal stabbing. She's probably hitting you with knives, I think, is what's happening here. 19 for 9. I don't think that hits you.
That's a crit. Oh, wait, no, never mind. You didn't roll a 19, it was a 19.
Yeah, I didn't roll a 19. 12, that misses.
That misses?
I try kicking. 22 for 9.
Got me.
Alright, so Adam, you take 9 damage, and then you
awkwardly
roll
dodging.
your 14 wisdom. That's a failure. Nope, you're still under the spell.
Okay, so
Damn.
I flurry, and then I kick again. 27 for 9.
Definitely gonna hit.
Out of it.
Oh, boy.
Nope.
Nope. Okay, I kick one last time. 24 for 9.
Gonna hit.
Oh,
What the fuck?
Fantastic.
So
Worst case
Caesar's
scenario
like-
is you knock him out.
Caesar's just kicking the shit out of
yeah,
you right
like
now.
you start swinging your knives, and I'm just avoiding it, going, "Is that all you got?" And then you just kick me in the head 3 times.
See, this is great because
Oh.
worst case scenario, this Naga is actually like probably the least deadly quote boss you fought recently, except for this spell.
Yeah.
Solemn.
Perplexed by what is happening, I am going to fume a lot here because no one has said anything about any spell.
I think while
Except-
Susa was hitting
yeah,
Ibram,
yeah.
she was saying like, "Snap out of it! Come
I'm
on!"
going.
My whiskey
cast...
went up my nose a little bit. Oh, God. Ooh.
You okay?
Ooh. Yes.
I'm going to cast command on Ibram, and I'm going to command him to halt.
Ugh.
Yeah. So he must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or follow my command.
This is an interesting take. Which one's a stronger spell?
Right? You're not trying to break him out of the spell, you're just trying to put him under a different spell.
I'm trying to make him stop attacking. So, like, what halt does, it basically makes him turn.
And that's only for 1 round, though. It's not a permanent thing. What's your So never mind.
14.
So he doesn't halt.
Oh man.
Well, damn.
Al,
Look there.
You
The
really wanna
luck.
kill us.
Halt when
Oh.
you're dead.
Great. So this Naga takes a step to the right here. It says, actually no, it just takes a step forward. You two, stop trying to influence my plaything. And it casts lightning bolt. So Siusa and Solemn roll a DC 14 dexterity save.
I think I might have disadvantage on that. Let me check. I am made of armor.
So Siusa, because of your evasion, you take no damage.
Okay. I drunkenly stumble out of the way.
Good.
Okay, I'm not. Oh yeah. Okay.
All right. I believe you take half damage. Let me double check.
Oh, while
Yeah,
you're
it's
checking
up.
that,
Yes.
our dog got a bath and she is so soft.
Yeah, she hasn't had a bath. We don't like to give her baths in the winter because we're in a basement. So giving her a bath in the winter is cruel because she's being really cold. But since it's spring, she has been shedding so bad that on Friday I gave her a bath and she is so fucking soft.
Combat,
so you take-
We're killing.
You take
Sorry.
17 damage, Solemn.
She's
Solemn,
so soft.
17.
Yes, gotcha.
CC.
Let's see. I'm tiny.
The opponent. I get a Constitution.
Mm-hmm.
This is the
I
same
can-
fucking issue we had with goddamn Rindar when he was a pirate. Because like I was a wizard and I kept casting all these spells that would have broken him out, and he kept getting like 20s and shit on them.
Now, I could still cast another spell
As long as it's a cantrip and a bonus action.
I can't cast.
Correct. Oops, I mistakenly skipped to Ibram, but it's still your turn, CC. You can always move.
Why did Arm Strike get cast? What's
Oh
happening?
my god, I think Lola's casting strikes.
I ignore all those. That's my dog putting her head on my
Holy
keyboard.
shit, she just cast like 30 spells.
Good job, Lola. Sorry.
That's
and
She's
dumb.
putting her head on enter.
Okay.
believe it's
Efficiency.
Plus your proficiency in dex, yeah. So you can roll like a dagger or a ranged weapon, and we'll just roll a d3 if it hits.
Hey, it's
That's gonna hit. All right, Adam. One. But Adam, roll your wisdom save.
go. Hey,
Ah,
that's what it takes. Snap me right out of it.
You got it. You got it.
you're good.
just kind of latched onto his.
And Ibram's like, what are you doing?
He knows. He
Yeah.
knows what he did.
Well, Ibram, guess
Yeah.
what? It's your turn.
Oh, this is awkward. I'm gonna go deal with this.
You stepped out of it.
There we go.
maybe let everybody know that you're touching on.
Oh.
Sorry about that, guys. I'm gonna go deal with this fella. I run over there and damage.
Okay.
Nice.
What you got? A 27? Oh, that's gonna hit.
7 for 11 and 14.
Oh, that's gonna hit. What do you think you're doing? She like gasps, and you get close to her, and she is not a solid Naga. She is clearly a spirit. But you have a magic weapon, so it's fine. everybody has a magic weapon at this point. So, except for Solemn, who doesn't attack with his weapons. Oh, then you're fine. So yeah, that's a good one. Masric.
Well, I can't get more distant. Talk to my. Gonna walk up my third. Growl angrily at this thing. Try to control me as well. Time to die, spirit, and I switch from my hammer and shield to my maul.
Yeah, you do. All right, that's the end of your turn, and it's time for Siusa.
All right, now that Ibram seemingly snapped out of it, I'm pretty sure she can make it all the way up there. Yeah, she can. And she runs up and starts stabbing for real this time. No palm fight. 27 for 9.
Oh, that's gonna hit.
26 for 3.
Yeah, let me do math. Give me a sec.
Okay.
Alrighty,
She kicks her.
that's gonna hit.
Okay, and then she flurries.
Jesus.
And 18 for 11.
And those are all magical attacks now, right?
I think so.
Yeah, you're like level 8. That's
Yeah,
magic.
level
Yeah.
8. It's like level 3.
17 for 9. I think everything I do is magic now because I'm.
You suck. She says.
And then I back up and get next to Master 90.
Solemn.
Hold your evil tongue. Be silent.
Going to cast silence on.
Nice.
Try to stop it from casting any more evil spells on it. So I'm gonna cast that right on top of it.
All right, give me a second. We'll say it's that. So the Naga.
Cannot cast any.
Yes, let me turn down upsetting or all of this. This song always way louder near the end than we. All right, so the Spirit Naga goes to instead. It kind of as you do that, it makes like a tries to insult you, and notice it makes no noise. So instead, it goes to bite Ibram, and Ibram, roll a perception check as it bites you. 13. You can tell that it's trying to say, no one is allowed to escape my grasp. So it bites you. You take 5 piercing damage and roll a DC 13. Con save. Knowing you'll destroy it. Alright, so you just take half that. So instead of 26, you take 13. So you take 18 damage. Cece.
Here.
I sincerely hope Cece gets another kill that he steals from Ibram.
And he's totally shooting.
Okay.
Ibram has to make the save.
Alright, well, he got a 15.
Yeah, well, that
What?
does it.
That does it? Alright.
Okay.
That's fun. I like you. I already liked you, but I like your vindictiveness. Like, yeah, well, I'm gonna shoot through my friends. They make it as well,
Okay.
but I still really like your Adam. You roll it too, Ibram.
Right.
Then I'm gonna bite Ibram.
just because.
Just on the tail.
Go to town, man.
Oh, good. You got me.
You got him. He bit his butt. So roll a d3 plus your 2. Here you go, Adam. He bits your butt.
Get him.
All right. I'm snapped out of it.
How do we know for sure?
Goodness gracious. Hey, no, nobody makes. I'd make my own choice. Die. Shit.
All right, that's a hit for sure.
I just. That again.
All right, it dies. But as it dies, Adam, you can almost feel it say, "You've destroyed me for now, but I will return, travelers. And when I return, Loki will feel my wrath." And then she poofs into smoke and disappears. And as she disappears, the ring of Spiragos clangs down on the ground in front of you.
Oh, snatch.
Can't be
Nice.
that
Use my
easy.
incredible reflexes to grab it before it hits the ground.
Okay. Yeah, Abram, you grab it. I'm going to pull an adventure zone and roll a wisdom save. That's exactly what the DC was. You grab it, and as you grab it, you hear a clicking in your head, a clicking voice saying, "Just put me on, traveler.
Oh.
You already saw how you can dominate your friends. Imagine our powers together."
Ring.
Yeah.
I'm just having a conversation now.
Yeah, and you just
It's
pocket it.
nothing.
You're fine. You passed it.
You cannot
Shut up,
handle my
Ring.
strongest ring.
You can.
Oh boy.
You cannot handle my strongest ring, traveler. No,
Hey,
you
guy.
successfully you got the ring of Spiragos back for the second or third time. You have this ring.
But we really can't lose it again. If we lose it again, we'll be the laughing stock of the.
Yeah. Kick really hard, by the way. I had shit.
Oh, I know. I really focus on leg.
So you guys do find some items amongst this Naga's stuff. You find a couple of scrolls. You find a scroll of fly, and most important for Adam to have again because it's funny, a potion of spider climb.
My
Oh,
favorite
no.
potion.
Was a spirit, my dear Solemn.
You also
That horrifying image again.
Was it
Scary
Find-
hole.
you find most interestingly another ring. It is a sapphire gem, not a sapphire, a ruby, cut in a slate, so the square ones on it, and you immediately, some of you kind of recognize it, but you don't know what it does. So you guys get to roll a Arcana check.
My best roll.
Masrick, holy shit!
What the fuck?
So Sim gets nothing. Masrick, you immediately recognize this as a ring of protection, which provides not only a +1 to AC, but a +1 to all of your savings.
I need
I
it.
thought you already had such high AC.
I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry. I would give it to you, but after Solemn gave me a shield, which looked at so fondly, I bestow this ring of protection upon you, and I offer him the ring. Do you accept my?
I think you just got married.
Or at
I
least
go down on
engaged.
one knee.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
If I could have emotions on my face, I would have them.
Oh my goodness. What is happening? You hit me harder than I thought. I'm seeing some crazy shit.
Yeah. So the next magic item goes. I will
Thank you
get
very
bitten
much.
in my butt.
Yes, you guys can roll an investigation check to check around these ruins to see if she's been holding other stuff. But Adam, that really does hold in your head that she says she will be back.
Oh yeah, I forgot to even bring that up. Hey, yeah. So I think she's probably fine. Said she's coming back though. Also, I'm hearing a lot of voices. Like, I don't know.
Well, Well, Ghost says they're going back. You kind of probably believe, but they've already come.
I guess we're pretty good at killing.
I mean, we
Problems,
are
making
good at
problems
it.
go away permanently. I
That's
hold
like
up the
our
ring.
motto, you know. We're not
Permanent-
so great at the diplomacy, but you need a problem gotten rid of.
Permanent solution. By
Permanent solution. to
So,
temporary
Cece,
problem.
this is specifically for you because you rolled a 19. Whether or not you choose to share this with the other players is up to you. You find in the dust, in the sand, a little covered, clearly trampled on by by Ibram, a small pearl. This pearl is green, and when you look at it, you know that this is and this is an item I've made up, so if you Google it, you're never going to find it, a spider pearl. As long as you are holding this pearl in one of your two hands, you are immune to poison, and you ignore the effects of spider webs, so spider webs are no longer difficult terrain. You can just pass through them. Whether or not you share that with others is up to you. Okay. So you just take it and you go, oh, dearie me, and you pocket it. That's it for magic items up here.
Surely it cannot. Once again, the ring is in our hands. But who is this mysterious ghost? It's spirited.
So I will tell you that my favorite thing about this book is right here. It says, it's highly recommended that the players have completed Gauntlet of Spiragos and Dagger of Spiragos, proceeding to the next, concluding chapter of the saga. So if this was like our first book in this, I would have to go back and do Dagger and Gauntlet of Spiragos.
I mean,
Matched
you
to
and I
your
are gonna
levels.
Have to have some one-on-one sessions. Haven't done it.
I mean, unless you want to go back and watch some VODs, especially on YouTube, we have all of Gauntlet of Spiragos, which is the important one.
yeah, and then you can also solve the mystery of why.
And yet you're going to look in there and I'm going to say it like 20 times and Adam's going to look like a dumbass.
I don't know.
need your
I don't
help to
remember
make
being
me
said,
look-
but my memory is notoriously. So we really can't trust.
Plus, she's my wife, so if I'm talking about it outside of game, she'll remember it.
Yeah, that's.
However, I do want you guys, this is the end of your day. You can go and take a sleep, because I do have stuff for you to read. We're going to say that after this adventure, you guys do find a nice inn here in Lokiel. We're not going to charge you because it's RP Inn. Doesn't matter. I do have stuff to read for you aloud. And this is the shit that the viewer's been waiting to hear. I'm going to turn down my gain so I can get real close. NPR style. You feel a sense of peace wash over you as you leave your body. While you're asleep. This is while you're asleep. You look down upon yourself, lying in bed, breathing softly. The hand of a giant reaches down to you, but you're not afraid. You step onto the palm and are carried up into the sky, where you're placed upon a cloud. You dare not wonder where you are. You're afraid you'll go mad. Closing your eyes, you refuse to look around you. See this now, a majestic voice booms. The voice sounds vaguely familiar, like that of an old friend or relative. Look down upon the past. You do as you are told, opening your eyes and watch in awe as the multi-armed Spiragos raises a buckler, protecting himself from Vangel the Ravager's sundering blow. You listen to the Titan laugh, maniacal, low and deep, and wonder for a moment what secrets he's hiding. Moments pass, and then you note an interesting sight, time dilating, stretching itself out weirdly, as the Ravager pauses and laughs as if in slow motion. Oh. Spiragos swiftly, subtly enspells the artifacts he carries. With a flash of insight, you realize that he is binding his life force into them, counting on them to power his future resurrection. Deftly, Spiragos removes the ring from his finger, sending it down in the muck and dirt, forming a crater in the world. He sends dream messages to greedy cultists, showing them a humanoid-sized ring that is a copy of his huge one. Then he makes them understand that they must join the two back together. But what does this mean? Watch closely, says a gentle giant's voice. Time speeds up again. Vangel's voice rises. Hearing the bloodthirsty battle cry of the Reaver, you fear the god's rage will consume all. The Ravager knocks the Titan down so that one of his many hands is buried to the wrist in the earth. Then Vangel cuts off the arm with a furious blow, leaving it lodged in the earth. Vangel as does something you do not expect. Smirking evilly, the god of war blesses the gauntlet of Spiragos. But why? Should they not be destroyed, but rather blessed and maintained? Confused, you wonder if you've been misled. You've been operating under the assumption that the relics of Spiragos must be destroyed to end the Titan's threat once and for all. When his accursed relics are gone, Spiragos will stay where he belongs, in the land of the dead. Won't he? Yes, the great voice says, answering your thoughts. And no. Your mind filled with dread, you ask the one question you do not want answered. And I'm going to pretend I'm Victor for this. By destroying the artifacts of Spiragos, are we actually helping the Titan back from the dead? Yes, young one, in a way. Remember, Spiragos did not expect to defeat Vangel, nor did he believe the Titans would prevail. I don't understand. If he knew we'd lose to Vangel, then what are the artifacts for? Look again, one last time. Frustrated by the cryptic visions, you peered down through the cloud. This time you were in the library of Lokiel, in a body not your own. Furiously writing a story so heretical none would believe it. As you write the words, you feel them burn into your heart, and you know them to be true. You are inspired by the gods. And now we meet where Adam has read already. Spiragos, master of plots and ruses, knew that he would die, so he planned for his resurrection. The keys to his restored life are tied to his full-sized relics, 8 in all: dagger, ring, gauntlet, bracer, shield, garrote, sword, and whip. The ambusher cursed his possessions, and in doing so, broke each one to produce cursed Titan shards, small replicas of the original relic. In his cleverness, the Titan devised a plan for the Titan's spawn, and worshippers who would follow him in later ages, knowing the divine war would end one day. Thus, even in the moment of his defeat, did he sow the seeds of his return, cautioning his followers to protect the Titan shards and to use them secretly for their own evil deeds. Knowing the forces of good and justice, ever vigilant, would learn of them and in any case seek to destroy them. This stratagem pleased him, for when the replicas of his relics were destroyed, their essence would be restored to his Titan-sized relics. If at least one other of these cursed relics can be brought together with one that has been made whole again, then the ambusher would possess enough power to return. And that's the end of today.
Shit.
Yeah.
Sorry. He fucked up.
I mean,
yet.
not yet. Not
We've been
yet.
trying real hard to fuck up.
You have a chance to unfuck this up.
Now we have to unfuck. No.
Agent Mahau, when you followed 39 minutes ago, we were probably in the restroom and I didn't see you follow. Thanks for the follow, Agent Mahau. But yes, that is what happened, and that is the end of the day for today.
Awesome.
Right.
So, for the next week, or maybe 2 weeks, next week could very well be the finale. So we have to decide, do we want to do the giveaway for the physical Scarredlands Player's Guide next week, assuming you guys will finish the campaign? Or do we want to hold off for the week afterwards, just in case?
I want to do it next week. There isn't a follow.
Yeah.
Yes. Next week is more or less the epic final battle. Yeah.
Like, we'll probably finish.
Oh yeah, looking through, we're gonna finish. It's only like 4 pages.
Oh, yeah.
I just have to make some kick-ass battle maps. You guys, I swear. Because I had been originally pulling the Marge Simpson style of only keeping 1 chapter ahead of the players. A few weeks ago, the last Saturday I worked on Saturday at QLP, I did go and read this last chapter, and out loud I went, "Oh my god!" And Cody was like, "What?" I'm like, "This is awesome." Because while it is, as Victor pointed out, a very White Wolf thing, it's like still really cool that you guys have been doing all of this, collecting all this stuff, and it turns out you've been the bad guys the whole time. But not the bad guys, just not the good guys either. But we're gonna
I've
let
been misled.
the viewers go. Our poor friend Ryan here is like half dead today. He was feeling sick, but he still stuck it out because he knew you guys loved him, and he's over there in BioShock Infinite right now. Ironically, if you had kept the library, that would have been perfect, but whatever. So I'm gonna pimp out Ryan's stuff because he is half dead and can't pimp it. Ryan, you're still doing fucking missions, right? What's that?
Not doing fucking commission.
You know what I mean. You're still doing commissions though, right?
Yeah, I have.
All right. Well, let me. Oh my gosh,
Better all
that guy, Sim. He's doing commissions. He's doing music. He's done the theme song and some break times for our slightly less but still super secret podcast. He's still, they're not finalized, but they are still wonderful, and I love them. This is the first time I've done a commission and gone, I don't know, when he asked for feedback for what needs to be changed, because I liked it already. So I'm going to share it for you right now. So https://twitter.com/the Simulcray. Please feel free to hit him up because he does fantastic work.
And then at 7 p.m. out circus.
Extinction Curse is the wildest one I've ever seen because it is set in a circus, but they're still doing random normal Pathfinder stuff. Like, I watched the first episode and I had trouble being like, you can't really just put it in a box. It is a very interesting setting.
Very interesting, and I really like the template. Check it out. It looks.
The most important part is Corinne's template she made.
Yeah, it looks good, but no, the cast is really good. They're having a lot of fun. I think back this week. Out some back here. Different.
Speaking of templates, Corinne, I know you were pitching opening missions for templates. Are you still doing that?
Technically, yes. If anybody approaches and they do want a template, I'm happy. I can make. So let me know. I will have time.
And literally every template on Roll the Roll has been done by Corinne. So if you've seen our templates and gone, wow, those are nice, that's all Corinne. And she's done them all for free because she's part of the staff. But I'm sure she'd like to get some cash.
It would not be for free for anybody else who.
Yes.
But I think I'm. And no, I'm pretty new. I'll actually have.
When I have to set up new streams that Corinne set up, I constantly out loud go, oh, wow, that's very nice. And I'm like lining stuff up and go, ooh, look at that. It's very pretty. So I'm not just saying that because I'm married to her and I love her very much. I'm saying she does good work. Victor Nedelchev.
That's me. Well. Tokens. Maps. And I sell those on the Roll20 Marketplace. Link in the description.
Yeah, I'm sharing your Twitter right after you.
Oh, so. Thanks. I am also on Twitter, so like if you want to talk to me and see what I'm working on, sometimes I put sort of a feel of the type of work. Right now, I'm camp set.
Which
It's
is
gonna have a ton of stuff in it.
which is where the Victor Nedelchev Memorial Bonfire comes from, correct?
Got a lot more than a fire. I've got sleeping bags. I've got cargo. It's gonna be great when it comes out. Finished. I'm halfway there, and by halfway there, I mean 68 files.
Damn.
And we'll go to Adam. Adam, do you have anything to share? No, Adam has nothing to share. Last but not least is our fighter, our orc fighter, Victor. Not Victor. Oh my God,
It's
Marvin.
me,
Marvin
Victor.
Cobbler, who is at Zondak2, who I just shared on Twitter.
Perfect.
He's mostly just a DMs with his friends, but he is on Twitter and he's a good friend of ours. And honestly, it's fun that if it weren't for this game, I wouldn't have many friends out of the U.S. I'm very glad that we were able to find you two and have you in. And it does give us the, oh man, I get to yell at people for, talking in our chat at 3 p.m. Central Time because it's 9 p.m. your time. Like, I'll be like sitting there, I'll be like, it's 7 p.m. Central Time. I'll be like, oh, Victor chatted. And then I'll do the math and I'll be like, all right, it's not daylight savings times in the Netherlands yet. Let's do the math. All right, it's 6 hours in the future. It's fucking 3 a.m., Victor. What are you doing?
Playing Doom wrong, obviously.
Either playing Doom or playing Escape from Tarkov.
Well,
Freaking love it.
Yeah, follow me and Marvin on Twitter because while we have lots of followers here, no one follows us on Twitter.
yeah. Also, I have to say, it's a great community, so join the Discord if you haven't already.
Corinne, you've got like how many followers?
7.
Yeah, I've got like 100. So that last one, at the Bevan McSee. And the only thing I get to be proud of for mine is I tweeted at the Adventure Zone and they used me in a single episode. They used my name in the Adventure Zone. And I had both.
Also part of a.
I was part of a Twitter moment for Game of Thrones that has over 63,000 retweets that I was very incredibly surprised about. But no, if you've seen episode 24 of Adventure Zone Amnesty when they're interviewing some of the Hornets at the Hornets Nest, they use my name. And I had skipped that episode. Yeah, I was a biker, and they talked about how he's the biggest and strongest, just like in real life. And I had ignored that episode because I wanted to give a backlog, and then suddenly Adam and like 3 other of my friends are texting me like, oh my God, you're in the Adventure Zone. And I'm like, what? So Corinne and I sat in the kitchen while I cooked dinner and just listened to that episode. But yeah, otherwise, I want you all to be safe, wash your hands, follow social distancing. The whole planet is in this stupid COVID thing together, but we're all here to help you out and give you some release. So thanks for watching, and yes, and I'm going to find someone to raid. Monopod Studios has only got 2 viewers. Well, let's rectify that solution. So we're going to start the raid for our friends at Monopod, and then we will see you all later. Adam, Corinne, and I are working on our super secret podcast, which is launching in mid-April. And Sim has actually helped with that podcast. He has been incredibly instrumental in helping us get our theme around for that. So we're going to raid now. Everybody wave goodbye, and we love you all. Hashtag raid the roll.
Hashtag roll.
Alrighty.